This is the Balcony Life Podcast.
Hey, yes, queen.
Yo.
Oh.
What's going on, everyone? This is JP with the Balcony Life Podcast. We are back here with episode 19. Episode 19.
Whoa.
Clap it up for episode 19. I just want to let everyone know.
What? Oh, great.
This is the greatest podcast on the face of the earth. If you have any recorded anything else that you listen to that's recorded, it's not as good as this.
Okay.
Nothing. There's nothing out there that is as good as this podcast. So I just want to make that clear to everyone that's listening. You are now at the apex of recording technology today.
Yes.
We just figured it out a few weeks ago.
Right. This is it doesn't get any better than where we're at right now. So enjoy yourself through this journey.
Yay. This is a journey.
That's right.
Definitely is a journey.
That's right.
Don't know where we're going.
Yeah.
But we're getting there.
Hey, I have a recommendation about a song that's sort of like that later.
So I'm JP. We got Lori with us.
Hey.
We got Amanda.
I wanted to say hey.
You can say that
I'll
again.
say hey.
And we got Matt back with us. Fresh off vacation.
I know.
He's
we missed him on the last episode.
He's looking sun-kissed. He's sun-kissed. He looks amazing. He looks refreshed. He looks amazing.
Yes.
So we got the whole fam here, and we are here to bring you the greatest show on the face of the earth.
Okay.
And we're going to start it off with some news. Faux that ass.
All right. Oh, Lord. All right. So this one is called Unclear on the Concept. At Chicago's O'Hare Airport on May 17th, a lost DoorDash driver made it past the security gate and onto the tarmac, driving a significant distance before being stopped by airport personnel. WKRC-TV reported that the 36-year-old driver stopped near a grounded aircraft and showed the food receipt and meal he was trying to deliver.
That's awesome.
He was released without any citations. However, the security employee at the gate was relieved of her duties after letting the car pass through her post.
Wow.
Dang.
What? Where was he delivering to somebody on the plane?
It was for the pilot.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Because the pilot was probably at the airport bar drinking before he flew the plane.
Where he was trying to go to?
It's just,
Did they say what the food was?
No.
Dang, man. I'll tell you what. It could be when you're in a certain area and they have certain foods that are awesome and you just have to get it. Maybe that's what it was. I'm not mad at that.
Maybe it was somebody that was, one of the
bag
luggage,
handlers.
luggage handlers was like, man, I'm hungry.
You know what Isabel would say right now? She'd be like, yo, that's big back behavior. Isabel would say that's big back
She
right
would
there.
say that. She would.
What does that mean?
Are they allowed to do that?
I think so.
Are those employees allowed to get DoorDash?
I don't
I'm
think
sure if you go the right direction.
Who's
not on the
accepting that
tarmac.
order though? Who's I'm going to take that and go play in airport traffic. That's crazy.
I would hate to drive on the runway is crazy. Though.
Chicago O'Hare is one of the biggest hubs.
Oh, they were getting deep dish pizza. That's what they were getting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like, yo, I'm only here right now, so I got to get it. I don't blame them. Sometimes you got to get it.
You got to be safe.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, the plane's going up.
You realize, man, I'm driving next to airplanes.
Yeah.
Right. What is his thoughts?
Speed. He just wants some.
He saw Fast and the Furious.
I'm not the greatest person with directions, but I'm pretty sure I would at some point realize I shouldn't be here.
Right.
I'm like, I saw a sign or two that says I can't drive here. That's wild.
Speaking of air travel, this one is called the Golden Age of Air Travel. So at Milan's Malpensa Airport on June 8th, a Chinese woman went full-on toddler tantrum after being told her carry-on bag was too heavy to fly.
Oh, no.
The woman was boarding a flight when staff tried to check her carry-on suitcase, but when they told her it was over the weight limit, she hit the floor, rolling around, stamping her feet and yelling. Authorities eventually removed her from the flight, and she later rebooked after calming down. Videos of her antics have since gone viral, provoking comments such as, "This is shameless and disgraceful behavior, and this is so embarrassing." I wanted to look this up, but didn't have time tonight.
That's
But
crazy.
yeah, I would love to see that. Like
Adult temper tantrums.
Yeah, just
Wow.
YouTube has all. I watch them.
Yeah. You know what? Like sometimes, like I feel
parents?
like sometimes it's just like sometimes it's allowed. You know what I mean? Like I get it, man.
Not around me. It's not.
I mean, like some people like just they have it so rough. Can you imagine like if it's like bad luck, bad luck, bad luck, bad luck? You know what I mean? And then you run into the final straw and you have to just lose it. Like I don't know, man.
But like that, you need some meds, man.
Probably.
I know flying is
There's-
crazy, but
There's
just,
probably things that could have been done to prevent it. But
Right.
get some Ativan, Klonopin. You know, there's
Yeah.
stuff out there that.
so that's what
Xanax.
she was mad because they wouldn't put her luggage on there.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Just take one less thing. Like, you know, like I don't know. I mean, I get it. Like I get it. Like it gets frustrating. I don't
But
know.
you know these things before you go to the airport.
That's
So,
true.
like,
I mean,
Wait,
Amanda
wait.
had an issue at a baseball game.
Yeah, that's
She didn't
true.
throw a whole tantrum.
You should have.
She's like, "Oh, my bad."
I had no,
I'll buy
I-
a locker.
Honestly, I had no idea.
But see, like it's like you don't know what happened to that person earlier in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like they could have came straight from the hospital. A family member died. Then they like went to. You know what I mean? Like it could be.
You don't know what happened in my day, so don't throw
Right.
your temper tantrum
That's
around.
true
Exactly.
too.
I'm
That
going
is.
to call you out on it,
That's
Karen,
true, too.
Kevin, or whatever the hell you are.
And do you know these people have to deal with these people all day?
That's
Like,
true.
I would not want to work at an airport.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
your public warning. My name is Matt.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put my last name out there. But you better watch yourself around me because I will have a tantrum
Yes.
back with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
It's-
will
I
get
match
what you-
energy, and
Yes,
I will.
yes.
It won't go in your
then you
face.
gotta wonder like how much over was the bag? Like you know what I mean? Was it like a lot over? Was it a little over? You know what I mean? If it's like 1 pound or something, like you know what I mean?
Probably
Like
would have been.
There's a reason
Yeah.
that they're supposed to be weighed.
right.
all
Do you
right.
really want to get in an airplane where it's too heavy?
I mean,
They let all
I mean, like,
We-
100 passengers.
We know some
5
history
pounds
with
over.
that.
yeah, I was gonna say Aaliyah's plane. Like that.
Right.
Yeah. All right. I get it. I get what you're
Okay,
saying.
it's a safety thing.
I don't
There's
know.
a reason
I don't
for
know.
it, folks.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I guess I'm just. I don't know. I'm a little. What do you call it? Like I'm.
People's advocate.
Yeah, being a people's advocate tonight. But it's funny
People's
though because
advocate,
if you
the
would have
devil's advocate.
if you would have caught me last week, I would have
We're
been
just
like,
gonna
yo,
call it
f
the
that.
people's advocate.
Right. Right.
All right. All right.
All right. So the last one is not Florida man.
Oh
This is
boy,
Florida woman.
Florida woman.
Mm.
She's married to Florida man.
And this one is called But Why? So a woman shopping in aisle 18, of course, they had to have the correct aisle number, at Sam's Club in Orlando, Florida, got an eyeful on May 30th when she called Patrick Mitchell 70. Oh, okay. It is about a Florida man, but it was a Florida woman watching the Florida man.
Okay. Okay.
Oh.
Patrick Mitchell, 70 years old, urinating on 2 pallets of canned Spam and Vienna sausages.
I heard about that.
I too am not a fan of that, but
Yeah, I think I'm not mad.
I'm not
at
going
this.
to piss on that.
Police said the witness snapped a photo and reported the incident to store employees, who confirmed that the pallets were $10,584.54.
That's a lie.
How much?
That's a lie.
What did they say? 5,000?
10,000. Yeah, that's a lie. There's no way.
Had been contaminated with bodily fluids.
$10.
After relieving himself, Mitchell strolled around the store and tested some patio furniture before checking out and leaving. Mitchell was arrested at his home in the Villages.
Okay.
You know, everybody knows the Villages. A retirement
Isn't that the
community.
retirement community that has
Yes.
like a bunch of STDs?
Yes.
Yo.
Ew.
So he was charged with disorderly conduct and criminal mischief.
Do you know what like thought came into my mind hearing this story? The Lord works in mysterious ways. Nobody wants to eat spam. This guy was doing the Lord's
There's people
work.
that actually like it.
There are a lot of people that like it. I do not, but
I was
there
going to
are
say,
a
I
lot.
was looking at you because I'm like, are you someone that's told me that you like it?
No, I do not like spam. My dad does.
Oh,
I
man.
do not like
Spam?
that.
What is it?
Spam.
Kangaroo
It's
meat.
Spam.
It's a whole bunch of meat that is like,
Pig balls.
Like meat in parentheses?
it
Sure.
is meat byproduct, I think.
What
that
the hell
they
does
just,
that even mean?
It's meat, but they put an extra E in it, so it's not technically meat.
Like that's like when they're like spray
MEAT.
cheese out of a can. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh,
It's not cheese, it's cheese
That's the-
product.
it's a cheese product. What is that? I don't know what any of that means.
Cheese-ish.
But then
That's
you have
wild.
The Vienna sausages, though, that's another meat byproduct.
Yeah.
That it's like little tiny hot dogs.
Questionable.
Okay, he was 70. Like,
Did he?
did he do this on purpose, or
Probably.
did he not know where he was at, and he thought he was in the
Yeah,
bathroom, and
the Lord
He
works in
probably,
mysterious
he's
ways.
70, probably might have some prostate issues.
Right.
Yeah.
Was like, I don't want to pee in my pants. Looked at what was around him. Was like, nobody likes spam. Let me.
Right.
get some.
Let's just go right
I think he did the Orlando community a favor.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? He's like, yo, y'all don't want to eat this.
It's not like he went and, pissed on some sirloins or something.
Yeah.
He pissed on the
Right.
fake.
Go grab the rotisserie chicken.
This
Yeah.
is mine.
When you're checking out, grab the rotisserie chicken. Don't grab the spam. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's helping people out. That's a public service. I
But
think.
then after he relieved himself, he had to sit down for a little bit. So,
I mean, hey,
know,
you get tired.
why
He had
not
to process
sit
what
down?
just happened.
Yeah.
He's like,
Try thinking like, what?
just pissed
He-
in
I think, yeah, and he had to appreciate his work.
Right.
Doing the Lord's work.
Yeah, he's
I
doing the
drew
Lord's
my
work. Like,
signature
yeah.
on the sausage.
Yeah,
That's
like,
okay.
I don't think I have a problem with that.
I would like to know what was going through his head.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of dementia. Maybe.
Right? That's what I mean.
I'm
Like,
not
I think
mad
it
at
was
that.
on purpose.
Yeah, could have been. Could have been.
All right, so that's your news.
Yes.
We got the news. That's
All
the
right.
best news in the entire nation right now because nothing else good is happening. You already know what it is.
Yeah.
All right, do we have any topics going on? I got a good topic. You got one? You got
Yeah,
some?
I was, since it's summertime now, and
Okay.
Matt just got back from vacation.
Right?
We just went to Knoebels
Nobles, right?
on Tuesday.
Correct.
So, what are your, are you for amusement parks? What are your favorite rides? Is there a favorite place that you've been?
Just strictly amusement parks?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I would say, I don't know. You know what? Now that I think about it, the best one I can ever remember when I was a kid going to Dorney Park. That was awesome.
Dorney Park was pretty cool. I
Dorney
went there
Park
once or
was cool.
twice, and yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like Dorney Park.
You got it's like two things in one. You got the water rides, all the water slides and all that stuff. Do that in the morning up to the afternoon or whatever. Then you go over and do the roller coasters and all that kind of stuff. Like,
Roller coaster.
fantastic.
I love roller
Fantastic.
coasters. I just went
Oh my gosh.
to Dollywood
Yeah,
for my
yeah.
vacation. And Dolly does a nice amusement park.
Mm,
Dolly does it good.
nice. I like that.
I enjoyed it.
What was your favorite ride there?
The Eagle? I think it's
The
called the
Eagle?
Eagle.
That was a roller
That was
coaster?
It was a roller
Oh,
coaster.
nice.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Steel, wooden, what
Steel.
kind of? Okay.
Okay.
Steel. And it's so like each cart, I guess you would call them. I don't know what you call them. But it's like you're on the wings of it, like the Eagle.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Dangling.
So, are you hooked into like a harness?
Very well.
So instead of like a cart,
Because
See,
that is a must for me.
Yes.
I can do the ones
the
that you're
Great
harnessed
Bear
in.
and-
You're like
Hershey.
double harnessed
Great
on that.
Bear, I can do that one. That one, like I feel like that is a roller coaster.
Like you're
that-
secure.
No, it's not secure. It has to do with the
it is
gravity.
secure.
Okay.
It has to. I know, but it has to do with the gravity for
Yeah.
me. If I feel like I'm like my legs are dangling and I feel like I'm flying, type of thing, that's
Yeah.
different than being in a cart.
Well,
And
that
going
that
down,
is
like-
that. Your feet are dangling,
Okay.
and you feel like you're flying,
Yeah,
but you also feel. I felt secure.
but no, but I love that. Like,
Yeah.
there's different roller coasters.
I would give it a try.
Oh, I
Yeah,
liked it.
Yeah, I can't sit in a cart with the feet on the ground and then like go over something that is like going down. I need to feel like I'm free in a
Yeah.
way. If for some odd reason there's something with the gravity.
I would
and-
say I probably felt most secure in that one, oddly enough, because it's like you're double strapped.
Okay.
It's like they have you like in like the seatbelt thing over the shoulders. It's hooked,
Yeah.
and then they have another thing that comes over the
Oh,
top.
right.
Like you're in there good.
Yeah.
I wasn't moving.
Good.
See, I like the ones that like you go down and then it starts to twist. I can't do
Okay.
just up and down the whole time.
Oh, I like
the
upside down.
bunny
I like
hops
that.
or whatever,
Only
like
one-
the little.
There's only one coaster I've ever been on. Well, I didn't get one because I just was not thrilled about the idea of it. I think it was the Superman.
Oh.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
you're
yeah.
like laying.
Oh,
Your arms are dangling, basically.
No.
Your feet are dangling.
I'd be holding on.
Holding on,
My
yeah.
And I was like, I
arms are
don't
not
know.
dangling anywhere down there.
I'm a critical thinker, and I'm like, here's something would go bad. How would I save myself?
oh my
in that
gosh.
situation?
Mm.
Yeah.
True.
So I
true.
was like, I'm not doing that one. But
yeah.
I don't like the ones. I don't like going backwards, like the whole time backwards.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And I don't like anything that spins.
Yes.
See, I need
in a
the
circle.
spinning. I
No,
need the
oh,
spinning,
no.
and I need because it takes away from that
I'll think
feeling of falling.
Okay.
I can't do that.
I'm realizing just in that experience, there's a lot of people like there was like a ride, I forget what it was called, where like it takes you up and then you just drop.
Yeah,
I can't do that.
Some people don't like that, and I'm
I can't.
I like that feeling.
I liked it.
I don't feel like it's a unsafe ride. I feel like it's more like the anticipate because I don't think there's a set time that they have you up in the air until they drop you.
Right.
So it's more just like sitting up there not knowing when you're going to be dropped.
Me and Violet did that.
I loved it.
We
I
did
got on it
yeah.
twice actually.
Violet got on.
She did it by herself.
She
Like
did
she
it
was
by
like,
The other thing that people don't like, so there was a ride called the Barnstormer,
okay.
which is like a giant swing.
No.
So it's like going back and forth. A lot of people don't like that back and
I
forth.
broke molars doing that type of shit. When you're up and then you just drop, like it's like a
clench
free
your teeth.
I
fall.
love that. That was my second
No,
favorite ride. The
that's-
Barnstormer was my second favorite ride. I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've broken molars and had, like child molars.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
My first.
What, like from like clenching your teeth or
clenching
whatever?
my teeth.
Like
'cause I don't like that. I have to have some sort of spin in.
Okay.
Like at Hershey Park, my favorite ride, they don't have it anymore, but it was called the Cyclops.
Okay.
So it was like big giant wheel. Yes.
Oh,
and,
that one that like
Yeah.
so
teeter totters and goes in a circle as well.
so you're in a cart.
Yeah.
You're in a cart, and it's a big giant wheel of
Nope.
carts around this whole thing.
Nope.
It's a big giant arm in the middle.
Okay.
So you start spinning in a big giant circle, and the carts start going sideways because you're on like a hook. So
I know exactly.
it's a hook.
Does it
So-
raise up then?
and it raises up.
Okay,
So
okay.
as the wheel raises up, all the carts start going sideways, and then you
Yes.
finally get into a
Yeah.
big giant circle.
Yes.
No.
But it's the gravity. So you're going up. And you feel it, and then all of a sudden you see everything coming, and then you're like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna get sick!" And the
I
teeth
love
clench.
that feeling.
But then all of a sudden, once
No.
you come back down, that feeling, you get that feeling, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden gravity pulls back up, and you're like, "Okay, I'm back up in the circle again." I can't just do a free fall like.
Okay.
Any like the flumes that you go
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
Oh,
I can't do
love
that.
those.
I get
Ah.
so no.
Oh, I like that.
No.
So you don't like roller coasters when they have like a wooden one where they have like the first
No.
big drop? You don't like that?
Oh, I love
No.
that.
I love that. I
no,
love
no,
wooden
no.
roller
I
coasters.
hate going up
Well,
the
then you
hill.
might not like Eagle because it is a pretty big drop.
No,
But-
I like that.
I just will close my eyes.
Yeah.
I
I'm
have
not good with heights.
plenty
I'm
of
not good with
pictures
circles.
from old.
There's one Busch Gardens has one called the Griffon.
Yeah.
I love that too because it's like right off the bat, it's like a 90-degree drop.
No,
I
no,
love
no.
that. And me and my nephew, we were on the first cart of that. Like we were in the first
Like
row.
the front.
Oh.
We were like, we have to be on the front.
Oh, Lord.
We have to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
that was definitely one of my favorites.
It's kind of like it's a feeling where like you as a human you feel like you're out of control, and I think that's like the
Yeah,
draw to it. Like
Yeah.
you know
but
what I mean?
I get so freaking sick. Like even
Yeah,
on
yeah.
my virtual reality thing.
Yeah, like
if
the
I do
equilibrium.
if I do the roller coaster ones, and it's like as you get older, you know, you start
Oh,
getting vertigo
yeah.
and shit like
Yep,
that.
yep.
But it's like doing the roller coaster ones. I'm like, oh my god, because it's all drops, and it's like, no, get me on a sidewinder that like sits there and like starts doing like, and then the
Yeah.
twirls. I love the
Corkscrews.
corkscrews.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I can't do
Yeah.
just drops. The Comet, no.
No?
No,
Oh, I
no,
love the
no.
Comet.
There,
Comet
like I said, there
coaster.
really is not.
The Super Duper Looper.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I got on that as an adult again, like a few, like in my 30s,
Yeah.
and I actually was terrified. But the guy that I was with, like, was like, "No, you have to do this," and I was like, "Okay,
Yeah.
fucking do it." Ended up going on it 3 times in a row because I was like,
I love
it was
it so
great
much.
because like, yeah, the first drop was like, oh, but then it went into the roll, like the
Oh, into the
big giant wheel,
yeah,
and I
yeah.
was like,
The loop.
oh yeah, the loop, yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I love this.
Oh, that's awesome.
But the Great Bear, I like that too.
Great
I
Bear's
do like
cool,
the Great
yeah.
Bear.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
Great
one's
Bear's
fun.
cool. That's a good one.
Yeah,
I
I
think
want to go.
because you're
I want to
hanging,
go.
you know.
Was
I
it
don't
Cedar Point?
Cedar Point,
I
yeah,
wanna
in
go there
Ohio.
so bad.
Yeah. That's supposed to be like the best. I think it's like the roller coaster capital of the
And
country. I
that's
think.
well,
what
I
they
think
say,
that. But if you actually look at like lists, a lot of the ones that are on lists are like mostly at like Six Flags places.
Yeah, they'll have like
Yeah.
the tallest ones here, the fastest ones here. The
Oh,
Yeah.
you gotta start looking at Germany. Germany has some crazy ass roller coasters. Oh,
I
some
don't know
of
if
them
I
it's
can
like,
go that
well,
crazy.
oh man,
I mean, I would.
yeah. I would too. Like when I was younger.
My biggest gripe about coasters is that for as long as you wait in the line, the rides are so short.
Oh, very true.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
That
it's like
is
a minute,
so
a
true.
minute and a half tops.
You
Like,
guys see that new roller coaster where you get on it and you're on this big giant like hydraulic plane. So you're on it, and then all of a sudden you go out to this ledge, and it's just you on the ledge. There's nothing beneath you, and then all of a sudden it takes you into a 90 drop.
I love
Oh,
it.
God.
And then all of a sudden so
Straight
you
down.
are literally there's nothing beneath you, and then finally you have to do the 90 degree to click into the track, and then
you're
it's a
just looking
full
like-
just
I
drop,
love
and it's
that.
like woo.
Oh wow.
No.
I like the ones that are like that, and the ones that like just like shoot you off immediately.
Yeah, I like that too. Like I'm not mad at that. I would do that
The
too.
hydraulic
I got no problem with that. That's cool. Yeah, I
What's
like
the one
it.
at Hershey Park that you started and it took you up and then it took you all around and then
Sidewinder.
So yeah,
I
don't like
You
that
go
one.
forwards
I
through it,
couldn't.
then you go backwards through it. Yeah,
I've done it.
There was one like
but
that
I
at
don't like
Dollywood.
it.
That it goes.
It's the backwards part that gets
I forget
me.
what it was called, but it was like you go forwards, and there's a portion of it that you go backwards.
Yeah.
Dude, just put me on the Himalaya. I'm fine with the Himalaya.
Good God, no.
And what's the one we went to Hershey Park that one year for the
for the Christmas.
Yeah, and then we got on what was that one with the
Tilt-A-Whirl?
Tilt-A-Whirl, yes.
Yeah,
oh my God, I love that.
yeah, that's a good
I didn't get on it. I don't get
me
on
dizzy.
those. No.
We sat there. We went on it like 4 or 5 times in a row. And it was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's the fastest.
Those joints are good. They're good.
But I
like
like
that.
the Scrambler. Like I can
Yeah,
use that
Scrambler's
one.
cool.
Oh yeah,
Scrambler's
that's
But
like,
that doesn't remind me of like amusement park. That's more like carnival ride to me.
But see,
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
I
mind
feel
the
you. I feel you.
I mean,
And I feel like the
it.
Scrambler
Dizzy.
beats the shit out of you. Like I don't need a broken rib.
Yeah. I always sit on the outside because I'm huge.
the worst
Right,
that
and I'm a bigger guy, so it's like you're always the one that gets like
Yeah.
everyone's like slamming.
Yeah,
It's
everyone's
like,
coming to
shit, get on me.
you. Yeah.
the worst at Hershey Park is the mousetrap.
Oh, yeah. You
That-
always feel like you're going to fall off
I
it.
know. It's like, my God, either
Yeah.
I'm getting whiplash or I'm gonna fall out of this bitch. And
Yeah.
like,
I
you know.
always thought I felt like I was going to fall off too. And I'm like,
Right.
I don't know.
I haven't
if
been
I
to
like it.
Hershey forever. We need some.
Yo, which brings up
Y'all do
my
that.
topic.
I
This is a good segue. My topic is Hershey Park, right? And I'm just going to come right out and say it.
Oh,
Boycott Hershey Park.
no.
No more Hershey Park. Done. Canceled. Out of here.
I don't think they need to cancel. I think what they
Canceled.
need to do is they really need to watch how many people they actually allow in a park
Yeah.
a
that's,
day.
It's
I
complete
It is.
BS.
It is.
2 hours to get on one ride.
Yeah, right. 2 hours plus to get on a ride.
And then they give the passes to other people
Yeah.
that they pay more money, and then
Yeah, that
they're
whole
just
fast
screwed.
pass thing where
Yeah.
you got to pay more to get in line faster. F that, man. F that. I don't like that. I don't like that, man. We all paid to get in here. Why?
They're just paying for their children to have, you
Yeah.
know, like whatever.
I don't
No.
like levels to amusement parks.
No.
Like that's BS, man. We all paid to get in here. There's 13.5 trillion people inside.
I
You
do
got to
agree
wait
with that.
forever. And plus, the prices are outrageous, man.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
I think a single day pass, I want to say, is like around $80-$90, something
And
like
I
that.
think it is something like that.
It's out of control. I remember like when it was like 45,
Yeah.
like, and now it's like double that, and that's like in a lifetime. Like that's crazy.
And that's just for the ticket.
That's just to get in.
Yeah,
Not even the
the
park.
rides.
To park your car is another $25. I think.
Some of the
Parking
rides,
is like
some of the food,
20. I think is the cheapest. I know it's
the
not
water park.
Oh my God! The
Yeah.
meals are disgusting. It's like,
I
you
will say that about Dollywood.
Yeah.
The food was like they had some brisket sandwiches. It was
slamming.
they were bomb.
Was
They
it
were really good.
expensive or not?
Shout
I
out
mean,
to
they were
Dolly.
great, but I bought a cupcake at they have a bakery and it was so freaking
So good, yeah. See, yeah, I like that. Like, if I'm gonna pay like premium money, I better be getting premium food, and they don't
Right.
do that at Hershey
Yeah,
Park.
their fries were super good. With that brisket, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Hershey Park, I'm done with it, man. Like, it's too much. It's too much. It like y'all are doing too much.
I want to say the longest we waited on a ride at Dollywood was probably like 30-something minutes.
Oh, see,
That's
yeah,
not
that's like,
bad.
yeah, that's
What-
good right
we
there.
went to Knoebels, and
Nobles.
that's another argument.
All
right,
They,
yeah.
they do sell like the passes to get there faster, but it didn't seem like it was. It did seem like a lot of people
Like an
That was
abundance of
happening.
people.
It
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
seem like it was an inconvenience. Like I said, I don't feel like 30 minutes to wait for a ride was terrible.
I think our longest was like 40, 45 minutes.
Yeah,
For
that's about right. Yeah, 40 minutes
and
or so.
that was the one that had no track.
Right. Flying turns.
That is an awesome roller coaster.
Yeah, Nobles was great. That's like an amazing amusement park.
Dude, God.
You can, you go, like, there's no cost to get in. First of all, you
Right.
can just walk right in. Like,
Yep.
there's no cost.
Mhm.
If you want to ride rides, you just get a wristband. They're not
Or
even
you
that
could-
expensive.
You could either get tickets too.
Right, or you can buy, like, I just want to ride one ride. You could just buy tickets and,
Yeah.
and just get on one ride. $5, whatever.
That's cool.
You know what I mean?
Love
And,
it,
the
yeah.
food
you
is...
can bring your own food in.
Yeah, you can bring your own food,
water.
or you can
That's
buy
why they
theirs.
say it's one of the
It's one
greatest
of- it
amusement
is.
parks.
Their food's very
Old school.
well, like,
Yes.
priced. Like, everything is, like, it's not crazy.
What was that old one in PA?
Willow
Willow Grove, yeah, Willow Grove,
Oh,
yeah.
We used to go there every year for my dad's work company picnic.
I remember. Yeah.
And that was
Yeah.
fun when we
What was that one that it was the yellow thing and it had like it was like the claw and
like the
the
octopus.
Oh,
and the
yeah,
things
yeah,
would
yeah.
go up and down. That was
Yeah.
pretty fun.
Yeah.
No, I did not like that one. I did not do good on
Yo,
that
but-
one. I got stuck on that roller coaster. Like the roller
Oh,
coaster, it was a wooden roller coaster, and we went around probably 3 times before they were able to like stop it.
Oh my God.
We were stuck like halfway going up the
Oh.
hill, and we had to
Yeah,
get
yeah.
out and walk down.
Yeah.
Shit.
The lady in front of us was an older lady, and she had
Yeah.
glasses on, and she was like holding on to the person beside her. I don't know if I don't remember if it was a guy, girl, or
Right.
whatever. Her
Companion.
So you
that was
got your
with it.
money's worth that day.
I did. She put her was holding on to the person beside her,
Uh-huh.
and she had glasses on, and she actually ended up cutting her face
Oh,
from
gosh.
her glasses because of it banging.
Oh, wow.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Jeez.
I mean, it wasn't like huge
No,
amount of
but,
blood,
yeah.
but still,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, I'm ready
Enough.
to get off of here.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wow.
I mean, I like the roller coaster, thanks, but we're good.
Right,
I don't need to be
exactly.
on it 3 times.
Yeah.
Oof.
But yeah, that's my thing, man. Hershey Park, boycott that, man. They're money hungry. It's
I think
There's
it's
no-
the area. It's the
there's no customer service anymore.
Yeah,
Like it's like they don't care about the customers. Hershey Park does not care. They don't care. It's all about just the dollar grab at this point.
Mhm.
Selling
So-
summer passes and all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like all that. They have like a meal thing where you can like you buy a ticket to get a meal for the whole day or whatever. Like it's like you can, but it's like it's crazy. It's like another $35 or whatever. It's like it's insane.
See, I went there because my dad worked at BMY, BAE,
Yeah,
United Defense, whatever you want to call it now.
yeah.
But yeah, we used to go there every year because it was the big company picnic.
Yeah, the
and
company-
stuff
yeah.
like that, yeah.
That's another
Yeah.
thing. They used to have company picnics and stuff
we
there,
were-
right?
We were there.
I used to work for a company, and we used to have like the company
You
picnic
used to
was
work
there.
for a company?
I did.
You don't anymore.
Yeah, no. I work. I work on the moon now. But yeah, they used to have the picnic out there, and it was like it was so
Yeah.
cool, man. Everyone would come out. They bring the whole family and everything. It was lovely. And it's like, it just got too expensive that these companies can't even afford to
Exactly.
have people go there anymore. It's BS, man. So boycott Hershey Park. Don't even go there. And also here's another thing. They laid off a buddy of mine. So,
Oh.
so I got heat with that, man.
Right.
You're making money hand over fist in there. They're getting like, every time someone parks, 25. And what, my buddy can't work there? F you, man. F
God.
Hershey Park. Get out of here. Yeah, I don't like it, man. I don't like it. And boycott
I can't
Hershey
tell
Park,
if he's
man.
from Brooklyn or Boston.
Both. That was my topic, man.
All right.
I've been holding that one for months, ready to unleash on them. So, all right, y'all. So for new music, we do have a lot of stuff going, right? So I'm gonna kick it off with the new music. A lot of stuff I feel like came out. A lot of stuff, maybe not great stuff, but a lot, right? So I'm gonna kind of blow through it pretty quickly. I'm gonna start with the albums, right, and then I'll go into the singles, right? So let me go through the albums real quick here. So Afro came out with a new project. It's called Crimson Fury. Afro is a young dude that can spit like no other. Like his flow is crazy. He was put on by R.A. the Rugged Man. Awesome MC. Like, he's great. I haven't heard
Afro Man, just Afro.
Yeah, not Afro Man. Let me be clear with that. Not Afro Man. The kid's name is Afro, and he's like all of 21, maybe.
I feel like I saw that.
He's awesome. Like, he just has such a great flow. He was put on by R.A. the Rugged Man, so fantastic dude. I haven't heard the project yet, but it's on my list. You know what I mean? I definitely want to hear that. So the other one, I got Fashawn and Mark Spano. They have a new project called Capital. Fashawn is always a great spitter. I'm hyped to hear that, so definitely want to check that out. Huss Kingpin, he has another album called Before the Album Drops Part 2. Before the Album Drops Part 2. He's always pretty good. I feel like he's sort of like, like when they say like film noir. You ever heard of that? Like that statement with old movies, film noir? I feel like he's like the rap version of that, if that makes sense. Like, he's sort of like
old school.
Just not really old school, but like just like darker, like I don't know, man. He's just got like a vibe to him. You know what I mean? He's cool though. I like that dude. Napoleon the Legend. This dude is amazing at rhyming. Crazy. Big shout out to Napoleon the Legend. He has a new album called Pen Game 2. That dude is solid every time he comes through. The bars are insane. Capone from Capone and Noriega, right? CNN, Capone and Noriega. Capone has a new album called Capone Bone 3.
Wow.
Oh, goodness.
So I'm here for that, I guess. I don't know. Is he the greatest MC of all time? Absolutely not. Does he mean a lot to the culture? Absolutely. You know what I mean? So I'm here for that, though. I'll check it out. So then we go to Nick Grant. Nick Grant is from down south. Fantastic MC. His albums are always like very meaningful. I feel like he has like a lot of like personal stuff that he puts into his albums. So he has a new album called I Took It Personal. I think that one's going to be great. I haven't heard it yet. It's on the list. There's too much stuff out to listen to. That's why I can't get to it all. But I'm here for Nick Grant. Nick Grant is definitely an MC you got to check out. Next, we're going with Nems. Nems from Coney Island, right? He put out America's Sweetheart. That album's already out, but he put out the deluxe version. It has 5 new tracks on it. Crazy. They're like the 5 new ones are just as good as like the album. So it's like he just added on to like an already great album. Nems is awesome. Salute to Nems all day. Coney Island, the mayor, right there. We got an album from Dave East and Young Chris. Young Chris from the Young Guns. He was on Rockefeller for a while under Jay-Z. And Dave East, like, he's been around for like quite a few years now. So they have an album together. It's called Fine Dining. I'm here for that one all day. I think that should be pretty good. Shay Noor, the greatest female. I know I said this on another episode. Shay Noor is the greatest female MC of all time. All time. Better than anyone. Better than everyone else. She has a new album called The Color Chocolate Volume 2. Every time I hear her, she just speaks from the heart. She's great at rhyming. She's very technical, and she has great punchlines. It's got to be fantastic. Like, everything I've heard from her is awesome. So, Shay Noor. All right. Daz Dillinger. That's a name from the past, right? Daz Dillinger from the Dog Pound, Death Row Records, the Dog Pound. If you've seen like the old Snoop Dogg videos, they're always like the Dog Pounds with them. Okay. It's Daz and Corrupt. Okay. They were all over the Chronic album. You know what I mean? So Daz Dillinger, he has a new album called Retaliation, Revenge, and Get Back 2. I'm super hyped to hear that because he is consistent on his albums. He makes quality music, right? Everything is always slamming, so I'm very hyped to hear this. And it's a pretty robust album, too. I think there's like a good, like, I want to say like 18, 20 tracks on there. Wow. So it should just be quality West Coast music. Like, I'm very hyped to hear that. Nice. And then to finish it off for albums, I got Memphis Bleak from Rockefeller back in the day. Memphis Bleak. If you remember the old Jay-Z albums, right? Like, they always said, like, Memphis Bleak. From the mouth of Jay-Z, he said, like, Memphis Bleak is going to be the new and improved Jay-Z, right? Okay. And obviously he never got there, but I still think there's, like, a respect factor that has to be there. Do you know what I mean? Like, this guy was Jay-Z's right-hand man through his entire career.
Yeah.
So Memphis Bleak has a new album. It's called Apartment 3D. Super hyped to hear that. I just feel like I have like a lot of loyalty, you know what I mean, to that, to Rockefeller and to the sound. So I'm definitely here for Memphis Bleak all day. Definitely got to check that out, right? Okay, so moving to the singles real quick, and I know you guys will chime in on some of these, right? We got some new singles. I'll get some of these other ones out of the way real quick. Wild Card, an MC from out on the West Coast. I talked about him before. He's got a new song called Purple and Peach. Definitely got to check that one out. Cardi B, right? Everyone's favorite, Cardi B. Got a new song called Outside. I like it. I think it's all right. Do I think it's the greatest song of all time? No. But, like, does it work for the moment? Sure. Why not? Like, I got no heat with it. It'll be gone in 2 weeks. Like, you know what I mean? What do y'all think?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that, I think you're right. It'll be gone in 2 weeks.
Right.
I mean, I think that's kind of her thing, is to do something it's not really sustainable. Although she's been around for a minute now. But,
Yeah.
I feel like it goes into, like, she's talking about her new man.
Okay, right.
Yeah, she's talking about her new man.
And
like,
dissing the old one.
Like, yeah.
Sure.
Oh, of course.
Yep.
But yeah, Matt, I even agreed with you.
We had talked off of podcasts, I think, about this before, but like I feel like Cardi B is like our generation's or this generation's version of what was that Hispanic. She was more comedic, like a shtick kind of a thing.
Rosie Perez?
No, big hair.
What?
What's it like?
Charo.
Charo. I feel like Cardi B is like that kind of like thing.
Yeah. That's fair.
With hip hop.
That's fair. Yeah.
Super marketable. People find her fascinating.
Yeah.
She's funny. People, people follow her. So it's like I feel like that's like this generation's Charo.
I like that. That's a good.
But like we discussed before, the fact of this song, as soon as you listen to it, it's the whole beat of Black and Yellow. And Yellow. Like,
right. So it's like I think she finds things that are just like that she can grab a hold of and
it's also kind of like her moment in time too, because it's like she's coming off this like divorce or whatever, and she's like F my old guy, like F that guy, you know what I mean? I don't know, I'm here for it. I just think it's fun. I don't think it's anything like too serious, you know what I mean? It's a moment in time.
I feel like Cardi B is probably by far the most famous person that has come off of Love and Hip Hop. So it's outside of like people just following Love and Hip Hop, it's like she got bigger off of that.
She comes out with some great like little songs for the moment. You know what I mean? I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. She's just having fun. Like do I put it up there with like serious hip hop talk? Not at all.
Right.
Like
I don't think
anybody
really does.
Yeah, it's just fun.
I think she's hilarious. I think
she is funny. Yeah,
I like following her.
Yeah. She's cool. She's real. I will give her that.
She's absolutely real.
She's real. Yeah, I think she's very like honest with things that she says. Yeah. All right, next single that I got, Teddy Swims, our guy Teddy Swims.
Can do no wrong.
Can do nothing wrong. This guy is amazing, right? All gas, no brakes.
This song isn't all that great, but it's like it's Teddy Swims. Like, he's by far like my favorite vocalist.
Sounds great on it.
So his freaking his little
He got the rapper on there is Big X the Plug.
He can just go up there and sing a bunch of gibberish, and I'm like,
the voice is incredible, man.
His runs.
I think he could have did without.
He connects to everything.
Take that rapper off of there, man. Big X the Plug, though. Like I think what they're trying to do is make him like the next Biggie. Yeah. That's what I feel like they're trying to do with that guy. And I don't think it was needed because I don't think he's that good. But that song is good regardless. You know what I mean? I think it's a good song. Like he does a great job.
Not Teddy's best, but again, anything that Teddy puts out.
Oh yeah, like he's
good. It's at mid. It's good.
It's good.
He's good and above.
His mid is better than most that's out there.
Exactly. That's
like that's somebody that's like you can literally sing anything.
Yeah, it's a good song. You throw it on and
I'd get behind that.
It's quality. It's quality. All right, so the other one, Ed Sheeran. got a new song.
Yeah.
Again, this guy, he's nonstop. He doesn't stop.
Yeah.
And he doesn't lose either. It's called Drive.
Another person
Off
can
of the
do no wrong.
F1.
Off of the F1
movie
soundtrack.
coming
Yep.
up.
Yep.
I think I
Yeah.
heard that one.
We keep
yet.
talking about the F1 because
Yeah.
every song that comes out, it's been
It's
And they're all
crazy.
3
good.
weeks.
They're-
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
this is
This
I
might be a
know.
good
this
soundtrack.
soundtrack is like pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Great. I was
yeah.
waiting for this one.
This
so,
one's more
yeah.
of like a rock feel to it, but I
Oh,
think like Ed Sheeran like rides it perfectly. Like it's just like he finds his lane and it's perfect. And like
the guitar is.
the guy can do no
amazing.
wrong. He
Yeah,
can do
yeah.
no wrong.
Mhm.
It's different for him, but yeah, the guitar.
Yeah,
is
it's
like,
a little different. It's
wow,
not a
this
poppy
is
song. It's a little bit more rock.
rockish.
Like
yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
even like an F1 fan, but I'm like I'm gonna go just so I can hear these
Right.
songs.
Right, right. The soundtrack sounds like it's gonna be good. Like it's awesome.
I just want to see it because of
Brad Pitt.
And then the last single I wanted to finish out with, I know the other week we said that the Clips are coming back out. They had their first single, Ace Trumpets. That one was out. They have a new single out called So Be It. Even better than the first one. Like it's So Be It is unbelievably good. This new Clips album, I'm like almost I literally get goosebumps of how great it's gonna be.
That's cool.
This album is going to be big time. The first Clips album since like I want to say like 07, 08, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
It's been a long time, and the new single is just like it gave me goosebumps when I heard it. I'm like,
Wow.
it's so good. The production's crazy. The rhymes are crazy. It sounds like nothing else out there. They're so original, so good. So I'm here for the Clips all day. That's all I got for new music.
That's cool. I'll go into what I heard this week. Not a whole lot. There's a group called Cat's Eye. It's a global girl group that was formed with K-pop mythology. It's like they grabbed all these girls throughout. Like
Was there a Netflix show about that?
I don't know, but I'm not into K-pop. I'm not into
Yeah.
whole girl boy.
Yeah.
K-pop
Sometimes
thing.
they're catchy. I feel like they got some catchy stuff here and
Yeah.
there, but I'm not super
But
into it.
it's for the younger crowd.
Right.
But their new song is Gabriella, standard pop song from a girl group. It's all right. Their previous release this year was a song called Gnarly.
Okay. I think I heard that one.
Yeah, it is so weird.
Yeah.
It's like they're talking in the beginning, and then they're just like, "This song's so gnarly," and it's yeah.
It's a weird sound.
Interesting, not my jam, but people are listening to this stuff, so
They're
yeah,
making
check
noise.
it out.
They're
Yeah.
making noise.
Check it out. Second one is Wale. So his new single is Where to Start. Samples I'm So Into You by SUV. Or SWV, sorry. SUV.
Oh.
I feel like this is
I'm not driving in no, it's SWV.
I got you.
It's as soon as I started listening to the first part of it, I was like, oh, this is gonna be good.
Yeah.
The third verse, I was like, I'm out. I'm out. 'Cause-
Because I think part of that is because of the sample.
yeah,
It's like I've heard this song before. What is it? And then you're in it. I'm not even really paying attention to what
he's doing.
Like, I'm trying, like, where
Yeah.
do I know this song from? It's like,
Yeah.
this is not
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Yep.
real quick, if I go up on a quick tangent, I think lazy artists do that sometimes. Like
And
they're
this
going to
was-
take a hit that's already been out,
Yeah.
Right.
and they're going to do like let me do my rap over it or my singing or
Yeah.
whatever. I think that's a little bit of sign of laziness because it doesn't work all the time.
Right. Unless you're putting something that matches that. Like,
Yeah,
Right,
the
and
same
this
energy.
does not
if you're
match.
taking that person to a place where that it's like a nostalgia, what you bring to that better match.
Right,
Exactly.
right. It better be on
I
the
wanna
same
see,
level.
like,
Right.
Like, what is this contributing
That's
to
like
the
when
sample?
we got again off the podcast. It's like discussion about Last Dance with Mary Jane.
Right.
I loved it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean,
Yeah.
you're like, well, it didn't really do enough, but I felt like
Yeah.
it did enough.
Right.
I don't know why, but I did.
Like
I
it's
was
like
I
it's
was
paying
in it. I
homage
was
to the
super,
original.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wasn't. If you like him, it's not so bad. But yeah, the sample just does not match the rhyme.
Once you realize what you're listening, you're like, I like the original better.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then there's Muse. So Muse is alternative rock band from back in the 90s, 2000s. I used to love them. So their new song is Unraveling.
Okay.
I love the guitar and drums in this. It's more metal. There's something about it. It's like the bridge before the chorus, it's on the metal side, and I'm like, damn, Muse, like, bring me back to my 90s, like, metalhead shit.
I like that they're still active. That's good.
No,
like
but he's good.
Yeah.
The lead singer is so amazing in his vocals. I mean, oh my god.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, that's my
to still be active after 30 years is a huge accomplishment.
And he's an amazing singer.
There was even another rock single that came out this week. I was going to put it on my list to do, but I didn't because I didn't think anyone really know what it was. But then you just brought up rock.
Yeah, I still love listening to rock. I have my angry times at work that I put on my.
I feel like I'm in a weird
my
place
anger
with
release.
music. I feel like I'm back to my remember how I used to explain I'm super like eclectic.
Like you saw, like you like
definitely back. Like there was a time where it was just I went back straight to R&B.
That
sort of thing.
Yeah.
But now I'm just I'm back to
everything.
I'm all over the place.
Yeah. I mean,
that's how it feels.
That's how the industry is right now, though.
Music
you're
is
in your good feels, so you got it all going on.
But music depends on, to me, people will sit there and be like, "What's your favorite genre? What's your favorite song?" And
I could never answer that question.
Yeah, it depends on the mood.
For a good 10 years, I was like R&B, just because that's where I was for 10 years.
Right.
R&B is in such a bad place, and it's I miss music. I got to find good music.
Right.
And somebody out there writing good stuff.
I think every genre is sort of active right now, but I don't you almost have to really dig to find the jewels, the gems from each one.
That's why it's Balcony Rewind at the end. Because, sometimes you can't find what you're looking for, so you just go back.
Yeah, sometimes if the new stuff ain't cutting it, you got to go back.
Right.
Yes.
So any other new stuff that you got, Lord?
The last one, and me and Matt talked about this earlier, Lord.
Lord.
Her new single off of the album that should be coming out soon is Hammer.
Yep.
Her last album was 2021. It was Solar Power. I was super excited to hear her come back when Solar Power came out. And Solar Power, her initial song off of that album, I was excited about. It was good, but she's not the same Lord. There is, I was hoping this new album, the songs that were coming off were going to be melodrama. Her first one is pure heroin. That was an amazing album. That was her debut album. Well, not really. She had an album before that, but her mainstream album was the one that had all of her, initial good songs. But Melodrama, I thought, was her best album.
Okay,
it was really personal and a lot of stuff. I feel like she's still in the personal stuff, and it's just the new songs.
I think she'll always be that. Though.
I know, but I feel like she's still drawing on that relationship that she had with that guy, and she's still drawing out of it. And it's okay. I don't mind it, but this new one, she's experiencing new things about herself. And Hammer, I don't mind it, but it's not her best. One of her best songs that I love is Supercuts. I don't know if you know that song. Has just a super cut of us. She takes a relationship and she takes it's a super cut. So you have a whole movie, or a whole video, and you take out the best parts, and it's called a super cut when you're in the movie.
Oh, okay, so, the highlight reel.
Yeah, it's highlights. So it's called super cuts. So you bring out the most important things out of video or a movie. Yeah, and that's what that song was about, and it was such a really good song, and I was hoping that one of her songs would be on this, but I know.
2 songs I think have been released.
3.
So far. 3.
This is her third one. So.
I didn't mind it. I think all her music is gonna sit there and make you kind of be like, well, what did I just listen to?
Okay.
Yeah. It's not a really good not a super super beat to it, or it's just it has a beat to it, but I'm not I'm gonna listen to this again. Yeah. I'm not super.
And some people say there's an old saying where they're when the heart breaks, it makes the art great.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's if you think about somebody like Mary J. Blige, right? It's when she was going through really dark times, that's when you got the best albums from her. So maybe that's.
I feel maybe that's too. In her first album, I think she came out at the time where quirky was the thing.
Yeah.
And she was super quirky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel in the last one and probably in this one, she's just kind of coming into her own. She's older, obviously.
I would
Yeah,
say,
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I think she's just
And
trying
she's
to
not
find
in
a
the
voice
industry.
that's not just
Yeah.
like what is cool right now in the
Right.
industry, but
But
people
I,
will still
Like,
wanna
who am
hear
I?
Kind
Who
of-
am
something from
I?
her.
I liked some
Yeah.
of her older stuff,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
her last song with Charlie XCX, well, it was Charlie XCX that had the song, but she ended up doing a verse on it after she redid the album. It
Yeah.
was the extended version. I thought that was cool, but yeah, I just, Lord, the way her voice is, she's amazing when she has super, like, crazy beats to it. Like,
Yeah.
like, if she and Pharrell would, like, get
Oh,
together
yeah,
and, like,
yeah.
get, like, something going,
Yeah.
I think it would be absolutely as amazing, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Super
I
creative.
don't know what it is about Lord.
Mm.
She sort of reminds me of like a like she could go down like a path like Gwen Stefani did or something.
yeah.
Ah, okay.
Gwen Stefani was kind of her own thing.
Yeah.
She was different, quirky, not the best singer, but people wanted to hear stuff.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? It's just like, and then she does country, and then she does. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like,
Just trying
but
to.
she's allowed because it's Gwen Stefani.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Like
Right.
she's out here like taking every lane.
Yeah. But
So-
that's all I got, so.
Then there was a few others, and on the thing with the samples, I feel like it was like a week of samples.
Yeah.
The Jonas Brothers had something come out called a song "No Time to Talk," which sampled the Bee Gees
Oh.
"Staying Alive."
The
Oh
super
my
high
God.
voices. I know. I was
Yeah.
just like,
I kind of
can't.
liked it though, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was not one like this huge like Jonas Brothers.
Right.
I think that something magical happens when those three get together.
Oh,
They're definitely
They're
like
great.
a thing.
They're better together than I feel
I
like
like
they
Nick
are.
by himself.
Oh,
Yeah.
Not a fan of Joe by himself
Yeah.
and when he tried to do his own thing, but like I enjoyed the song. It was
Cake
super
by the
catchy.
Ocean, though, but that was
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
band. But
But
no, it wasn't. It wasn't a bad song, but yeah, I just kind of like blew over it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I at first I was like, let me go back and listen to that because it's the Jonas Brothers. So it's like, let me.
But yeah,
Let
the
me go
Bee
back.
Gees,
it was
that's-
definitely,
yeah.
and I dug it. I was like, okay, I get it. I like it.
Oh, we have to listen to that later. I'm gonna
So
hear
there's
it.
that
True.
I
one.
didn't hear it yet.
Benson Boone, who also has a new album, American Heart. He had a song called Mr. Electric Blue. I dig him.
Yeah.
I do. So, I'm not super familiar with him.
That one song gets crazy airplay. Like the first single,
Right.
like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
all I hear on the radio.
I do like that one too.
Yeah.
But when I saw him perform,
Beautiful.
based on like when I heard him just like on the radio or whatever,
Yeah.
I was not expecting what I was going to see.
Okay.
And it's like, is this like he's giving me Elton John vibes?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
As far as like the way he performs,
Young Elton
Okay.
John coming into
he's
his own.
got a lot of charisma.
His
I'm
little
a fan.
backflips.
Yeah.
I was
The way
gonna
he
say that's the guy
dresses.
that like back flips off the
Yeah.
piano
It's
or
a lot
whatever.
going on. Like there's weird outfits and
Okay.
No, I
Pretty
saw
cool.
him on Saturday Night Live when he was the musical guest, and he's an amazing performer.
yeah,
100.
he's
His
Nice.
voice is pretty good. I know we talked about this, but I feel like there's like the newer girls coming in and the newer guys coming in. Like
Yeah.
it's a lot. Everybody's similar. It's
Yeah. Everyone's trying to play off each
It's
other.
the-
Yeah.
like they speak American, but they have these like weird, lazy whatever their voice thing is. It's like
Trying to do
What?
accents and stuff.
it's so or they're whispering, or then they're like
it does
super
hit a point where
growly.
you're like, who is
Yeah.
this? Like, I can't figure out who I'm listening
Which
to.
one is
Yeah.
this? Which artist is this? Because
Sounding.
like there's like 3 songs out that kind of sound.
I
like
think
the
a
same
lot of
person.
people try to ride other people's waves,
Yeah.
and it's like,
Yeah.
don't just be
I
be the
think
next
Benson
somebody
Boone is a
else.
little
Be the
thing
first
here.
you.
I honestly
Yeah, I
think
think-
he's a whole package. I think. I liked enough of this single to want to check out the albums.
Yeah.
And from the other, like what he's done before, I'm like, okay, maybe I'll.
There's a lot of hype
see
around
what-
it too.
let's
So
see what
it,
that's
yeah.
all about. Then there
intrigued.
was Sweet Girl, H Money, Neo, and
Rotimi.
Rotimi. I enjoyed it. Again, you're sampling right from the get go. I thought it was like, oh, is this a play on Tyrese Zodiac?
Yeah.
Which is one of my favorite songs. I enjoyed it. I definitely like stopped and listened to the whole thing. I loved it. I have as a note. I love this.
That's always a good sign.
Yay.
I'll peep that. I'll peep
Yeah.
that.
Then there was a new country by Noah Cyrus and featuring Blake Shelton.
Yeah.
I'm on a country kick right now.
Yeah. Matt is Mr. Country.
Yay!
Just got back from Nashville.
Welcome to my
Mr.
side.
He's the mayor of Nashville right now.
I feel like I was supposed to be in Nashville. I feel like I've
See?
been begging for I just want to find good music that makes me feel something.
Yeah.
And apparently, I think it's in country music at the moment.
I will.
Welcome to my side.
I will make this. I'll make this vow right now. I will find a rap song so great to bring Matt back.
I had a blast while I was there.
Yeah.
Yay.
I have a recommendation later on for when we do recommendations, but so this song super relatable, and it could be just with things where I'm at in my life right now. But
No, you played it for me, and I really liked it too.
It's like a song about starting over. There's a lyric that says it's hard to know where you're going if you don't know where you are.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that makes total sense.
Facts.
And I think Noah Cyrus is super underrated.
Yeah.
I think I saw a video of her actually on YouTube of her interacting with the girl from Love on the Spectrum.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And I get it. She was probably giving the girl a pass just because, she has autism and stuff like that. But
Okay.
she kept referring to her as Miley Cyrus's sister.
Yeah.
And she was so humble and so cool about it. And I'm like, man, that's a big shadow.
Yeah.
And she is super good in her
that.
own right too. She's got a sleepy kind of voice, but she's really good.
Now her voice it's different.
Yeah.
I actually like her.
I like that when you come from these families, these famous families and stuff, and people kind of blaze their own trail out of that. You know what I mean? It's like I don't have to sound like the most popular person in my family. I'm just gonna blaze my own trail. I like that. I like
so just even off that video, and then seeing the song, and then I want to see her do big things. I think she's super cool. And that song's good.
Start with Blake Shelton.
Blake Shelton's a good.
He'll help. He'll help.
Right. So, and obviously he thinks she's something because he would have, agreed to be a feature on the song. So,
true.
Right.
Good song. You should check it out.
I agree.
She did some stuff with Shabuzi too. That was a really.
I did. I did hear that.
Yeah, and I'm a big fan of Shabuzi. So.
I like Shabuzi too.
True.
And then, just on the side note, just because I also in all of this mix of me trying to figure out where I'm supposed to be listening to music, what genre. I've always kind of stayed in the bluegrassy country kind of rock kind of realm.
Okay.
There's a band called the Jack Wharf Band. They have a song called "Don't Hold Your Breath." It's really, really good.
I'll check that out.
I'll peep it out. I'll try it.
Yeah.
I'll try it. It's not my cup of tea, but I will try it.
Right. So I'm going to be checking out some more stuff of theirs because that song kind of got my attention.
What's it called again?
Nice.
What is it? What's the name?
Don't Hold Your Breath.
Don't Hold Your Breath. Okay.
The Jack Wharf Band.
Jack Wharf Band. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
So that's it.
There we go.
Yeah.
And that's your new music, y'all.
Lots of it. That was probably a better week for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot. There was a lot.
There
lot
was
of
a
stuff
few EDM songs, but I didn't. They're starting to get back into
Swedish House
old,
Mafia had something I think you get.
It's all old school. It's not a lot of lyrical stuff. It's more 80s, not 80s, but 90s, 2000s. Not a whole lot of vocal.
Trying to revisit
It's a lot of beats, and it's going back into dun 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 dun.
Oh yeah. Like early 90s.
So I'm like, I don't mind it, but it's not something I think it's not something I could sit here and be like, hey, listen to this because it's all gonna be like the old.
I think everybody's gearing up for summer. You know what I mean? That's what it seems like.
Yeah.
Everyone's gearing up for summer. All the genres are just releasing. Bam! Here's what I've been working on through the slow times of the year, January, February, March. It's
hopefully
now
next
all
week
that
will
stuff
be
is
better.
coming out.
Oh.
So yeah. All right, there you go. It's time for the balcony rewind, y'all. We going back, way back.
Back into time.
Back into time. The greatest segment on the face of the earth, which matches up very nicely with the greatest podcast on the face of the earth.
Right.
Lori came up with this segment. This segment's awesome. We're going to take y'all back. We give y'all old songs that are just classics that y'all forgot about, but we, the gatekeepers, the collectors of great music, we hold on to this and we provide y'all with happiness.
Right. This is the time to if you forgot about a really good song that maybe you heard when you were a kid,
right?
Whatever. We're taking you back. Like I said, there's a station now that's doing the rewind.
Like the throwbacks or whatever. Yeah.
It's awesome. But yeah, this is like, we're taking you further.
Because radio doesn't play these songs. You know what I'm saying? Like, they did at one point, but they don't anymore. And people forget. Like, you forget after
like
5-10 years.
To now, because now these are classics, and we're starting to get into, classic rock used to be like 70s. Now I feel some of these
like
stations,
80s, 90s, 90s, 2000s.
Like,
yeah, we're
80s.
Classic now.
Right,
Classic
we're old heads.
80s.
Yo, so my contribution, the Gap Band, outstanding. Outstanding. Girl, you knocked me out. Yo, it is the anthem for your cookout. That's what you're playing, summertime.
That is a summer song.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't know what it is.
Even though you heard it, you still don't know it.
Yeah.
That's crazy right there. Charlie
I
Wilson?
don't know that I've ever heard it after hearing it, but I mean, sure.
So polite. So polite.
I'll listen to it after cookout.
Right.
If it's on, I'll just go to the bathroom during that time. Awesome summer song. Just such a feel-good feeling. And it's been sampled a lot, too. People have been sampling that, you know what I mean, in years after that. You know what I mean? Early 80s, like, So, the Gap Band, outstanding. That's my contribution.
Oh, the Gap Band is...
Gap Band is crazy.
Oh my gosh, yeah. You got to listen to all their songs, because no matter what, you listen to the Gap Band, you'll find something that you either know, or you're going to find something that you wish you knew, or something that you're going to
better figure it out.
You're going to put on rotation.
Yeah.
Summer cookouts, exactly.
It's like, oh, that's where I heard that from? You know what I mean? That's like the Gap Band right there.
Exactly.
Like we need to have a summer cookout.
I think we do. We do.
We need to do a throwback balcony life summer cookout.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Ooh, I think we just came up with an idea, y'all.
Yeah.
All right, who's next
Keep
up?
an eye out for the invite.
Yeah. An eye out. Not an ear, just an eye out.
Ooh.
But, so mine is linear, Sending All My Love.
Yeah.
It is from 1990, because 1990 seemed to be the craziest year in Miami, just dance, all of that type of stuff. It was a crazy, that decade started by 1990, obviously.
Coming out of the 80s.
All of these songs, you had everything, doing, mashups from, the 70s type. You had disco coming in, you had all the 80s, the British, all that style music, but everything conglomerated in the 90s, and everybody had amazing dance tracks. So
True.
Sending All My Love from
That's a good
Linear
joint right there.
is it's one of those songs, you gotta listen to it. It'll take you back.
When you hear that song too, I feel like it makes me think of listening to the radio back in the day. You know what I mean? That's what it brings me back to, that feeling of being young. Hearing that song on the radio. It's just that vibe. It's perfect contribution.
And you play the song now, and you're doing something. You're cooking, at a cookout, whatever, anything. You're doing wash, getting ready for bed, anything. You're doing this stuff, and you hear this song.
You hear
you're
that.
just
It's on.
Yeah, you just want to dance to it. Why are you laughing, Amanda?
Amanda's like, I did so many loads of wash to that song.
I wish I had that song.
Speaking of laundry, I wish I was doing it right now.
You don't want to know what I thought she was going to say.
No, I'm not talking about sexy time.
I really thought she was going to say WAP.
No.
It makes you think of WAP. No, that's crazy. Weekly Amazon packages. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy right there.
This is what this podcast is about.
Right.
I misheard completely. I misheard. My mind went somewhere else.
The balcony rewind took you back to a crazy place.
Wow.
I apologize.
Oh, it's all good.
Dang.
Everybody loves to hear us laugh.
Everyone got a memory of this song, and apparently Amanda's just crazy.
Sending All My Love.
Well, mine should not take you to a place of WAP.
Thank you.
Oh, gosh.
Mine, it's nothing like either of yours.
That's fine. It's all good.
Who Mistake Running Away.
Yeah.
No, that's a good song. That is a good song.
When I think Hoobastank, like I definitely think like early '90s. Like I remember that sound. I just wasn't like super hip to them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
I definitely went through a period of time where that was like my genre that I liked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but-
early '90s. Like
I mean that their album that debut album was really really good though.
it was.
Yeah.
I feel like in my perspective, early '90s, it was either dance or it was like alternative,
Right.
Yeah.
like not emo but emotional stuff.
It's before grunge was huge,
Yeah.
right? Like it's before
Right.
that, and I feel like they were still trying to figure out like
Right.
what are we doing? Like,
So I consider it like there's times in the '90s, like everybody, we were teens and we had a lot of teen angst and stuff going on in our
Teen
lives.
teen
Teen
angst.
angst, yeah, that's what I call that music. And sometimes it's hard to listen to that music sometimes again because
Yeah.
you're put back into a
Yeah.
place. That,
Everything smelled
Yeah.
like Teen Spirit.
yeah, but we also had
Another good one.
heartbreaks. Yeah, no, but heartbreaks and stuff like that. It's hard to listen to certain '90s music
Yeah.
for me, but
Yeah.
but Hoobastank, there's one song, and I get you, Amanda. There's one song by Hoobastank that as soon as I heard it, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that took me
I
back to a
don't
place.
Well,
yeah,
that
it's
song,
definitely
and I'm not
feels kind of
aware
stuff.
of their
Yeah.
like.
yeah,
That's the only song I know of theirs,
right.
and I that's not my genre.
That's
that I
fine.
listen
Yo,
to,
everyone got different
Yeah.
memories. That's fine.
Yeah.
That song they sing, I hate
No, it's
that.
the,
I would love to hear
everybody
that
would know
story.
it's
No.
the piano song. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but no, Matt's one. That's a good one. I forgot about that one.
That's a good contribution.
Yeah.
I actually can kind of feel that time frame. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like I understand. Like I may not be like a huge like Hoobastank fan, and I don't know all their music, but I feel like I understand that time frame. So
But
I get that.
I like your contribution because
Yeah.
no,
Mine are going to be completely random.
That's
no,
fine.
but that's
That's fine.
okay. That's
That's
what this
yeah.
is about.
What was my last one? Go West.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that's weird.
Yeah,
No,
that's
it's
what it's
not.
about, though.
But it's
Yeah.
conversations.
Mine's all over the place too.
Yes.
And what do you got, Amanda? What's your contribution?
Mine is Jesse Powell, the song "You."
Okay. I do remember Jesse Powell. Like I remember the
That's-
name.
Yeah.
Upon hearing that song, I was like, man, like I feel like I heard it, but then I'm like, I can't quite place it. Like I don't know. Like
I think he was like more of a sleeper R&B artist.
Yeah.
yeah.
So you really had to be like really in depth with R&B back in that that time.
Yeah, to know that one. Yeah.
It wasn't like a popular song, but I do remember hearing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I definitely remember the name, and I feel like when
he probably wasn't on MTV. He was on BET, maybe.
maybe. After hours.
no, because it sounds like a sexy song.
It is sexy
It
time
is a
music. That's
sexy
sexy
song.
time music.
I love it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good though. You know what I like most about that pick? Like it's not the obvious choice, and I think that's like what we're trying to get to with this segment. Like it's
Right.
like nobody wants to say like, oh, like Coolio, Gangsta's Paradise.
Right.
Like you know what I mean? It's like
No.
everyone knows
Yeah, that was the
song.
other one.
Like,
Right.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like
We're taking
We're going
everybody
off
back to a time where, like these aren't the songs that are on rotation anymore.
yeah,
Ones that mine probably was at some point, but nobody plays it anymore.
right.
So
Yeah.
it's the forgotten songs. And Amanda, repeat the name. So
Jesse Powell, "You."
You. The
All
song
right.
is called You.
So
Okay.
check it
Yeah.
out.
Hey, shouldn't you just be happy it's not country?
I mean, yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Just wait, I'll drop
We're
them
going.
too.
We go off the beaten
I
path
think
a
I'm
little
going
bit.
to.
You know?
I could go way back to country. Yeah, because I have
Yes.
so many. Yeah, I listened to that this past week. I went back into the '90s country,
Yay.
early Lori country.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Like,
Old school.
like
That's all my
Oh.
genre.
like Jody Messina
Oh.
and
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
was my time.
Pam
Yeah.
Tillis.
Yes.
Yo, so that's your balcony
Hypnotize
rewind.
the Moon.
Oh.
That was my song way back in the day. Hypnotize the Moon. Yeah,
Love
check
that.
that one out too. Balcony Rewind.
Oh.
Whoop, whoop.
Balcony rewind, y'all. That's what's
Yeah,
up,
we
man.
throw a country in there, JP. We do.
You know, I mean, you know, it's what
We're
it is.
gonna plan a trip for JC to JP to Nashville. And,
JP has a new country name. It's J Country.
JC, John Country. That's me. John Country.
John
I
Country.
don't know if we can take him. He's gonna be.
Oh,
They're not going to know how to
He's
take
gonna
him.
be
I think you
angry.
can take him to Nashville, but Nashville's not going to know what
No,
to
they're
do.
gonna spit him
with
out.
him.
Yeah, like there's probably not a whole lot of low lifes walking around like Nashville. I
They're
don't
gonna
think.
go, "Wow."
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
that gentleman looks like a billboard.
but he's got horsies on his shirts.
Yeah. He must be a cowboy. He's got horses on. So yeah, yo, balcony rewind. We taking y'all back. That's how we do.
Right.
All right, y'all. We're gonna get into some credit, editor, debit. We did lose a soldier because Matt is taking right now. Matt's on a business call. We have a multi-million-dollar deal that Matt is trying to nail down for us right now on the phone. He is taking that business call right now, so he had to step away. He is locking this down to get us pretty much worldwide. Pretty much.
Nice.
So,
Thank you, Matt.
Yes, thanks, Matt.
yeah, thanks, Matt. Matt is taking one. He is talking on the phone. He got us. We are going to be global, pretty much. Maybe even intergalactic.
Intergalactic.
Nice. Intergalactic, planetary, intergalactic.
Yes. Okay.
That's the kind of deal he's locking down right now. All right. So in his absence, which we do miss him, but we know he's doing business right now, we're going to jump into credit, editor, debit. We got some good joints here for y'all. I'm going to start it off. The first one, wind chimes. Wind chimes.
I'm going to say credit.
Credit to wind chimes.
Yes.
Okay, how come?
I love them. I love the sounds they make.
Okay.
The wind blowing through them, and just, I like it.
Okay, I like that. They're pretty good. I like that.
I'm going to be me, and I'm going to say credit to edit.
Okay,
Obviously.
credit to edit.
Yeah, okay.
Credit to edit.
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I love the really large ones that,
big
Yeah.
ones.
where it's,
yeah.
the big chimes that do all the nice, really nice,
Yes.
like,
Long ones?
oh, yes.
Okay.
Long.
I have one in the backyard. I have one in the backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
small ones they're nice. They have the little chimey chimes.
They still get the job done.
But the big ones, like, they do the big bong, like,
Mhm.
boom.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah.
I'm going to get more.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you
Um,
live in a community that people don't like them, you're fucked.
True.
You're
True.
fucked because nobody.
But it's your property.
True.
Uh, Yes, and no, but some
Does
people.
that come in the HOA?
The
play?
HOA.
Oh,
See,
okay.
Some
thank
people
God
just-
we are not
They
one of
got to
those.
ruin somebody's parade.
Some people just don't like the sound. When
Yeah.
you're trying to wake up and there's a storm coming and you hear the.
What about metal ones versus wooden ones? Is there a distinction that y'all think or no?
I like the wood ones.
Wood ones.
I like the wood ones
Okay.
during
I
rain.
like them both.
Both? Okay.
But-
Both?
But even the big,
Both of them.
all of them are nice, but it
Okay.
depends. Some of them are annoying.
Yeah.
They can be annoying. The little chimey ones, like ting, 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 ting.
Yeah. It's like too
But-
much. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the
All
But
right.
yes,
I'll go credit for the most part. I think the only time I don't like them is if I'm super hungover in the morning and I'm trying to sleep. You know what I mean? Like it's like, yo, calm that stuff down till the afternoon. Other than that, I love it. Like it's cool, man. Like if it's like, yo, if they're like going on, I like the metal ones. That's fine. I think I prefer the metal ones. Like
yeah.
the wooden ones are okay. I don't mind them, but I'd rather have the metal ones.
Oh, the rain ones. The rain.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Copper
Can you get me
rain
one?
kettles.
Yeah. Yeah, we can find that.
Yeah, can you get me one?
Sure.
All right.
Amazon, here I come.
Excellent. Excellent.
All right, next one, Nelly, the rapper Nelly.
Ooh. Yeah.
Credit.
Mhm.
Amanda says credit to Nelly.
I'm sorry, I love Nelly.
Yeah?
I do.
What do you love about him? His bars or his Band-Aid?
Oh gosh.
The Band-Aid made me fall in love with him.
Really? Okay.
No, I'm just
Didn't he
kidding.
come out with something new recently?
He does. Yes,
and
he had.
it was talking about having a kid and like being in love again and
Yeah.
finding, with Ashanti. He never
Yeah.
says her name in the rap, but
Yeah. There's.
Oh no, it's his country one.
Yeah,
That's right.
it's like a new
country.
song, and it definitely has
Yeah.
like a country vibe to it. I forget what it's called right off the top of my head, but
But yeah,
I
it's,
heard that.
it's finding love
Yeah.
again, like coming back to each other and shit like that.
yeah, him
So,
getting back with Ashanti
Yeah.
and stuff. Like it's kind of nice to see. It's like
Yeah.
they're meant to be together. They got the kid and
Yeah.
everything now. It's like that's kind of I like that.
I
It's
love
cool.
him.
Yeah.
I'll go for Nelly. I'm actually gonna go edit, and I'll tell you why.
We know.
So, like, I'm a super East Coast hip hop head. So, towards the late 90s, early 2000s, when that whole Southern movement was coming, I hated it. I was like, this is awful. Get this stuff out of here. This is terrible, right? And Nelly was that dude then. Like, he was that guy that was kind of, he was one of the head dudes. Him, Ludacris, T.I., and I didn't like it then, but I think looking back on, with in the past, looking back now, the vision's kind of like 2020. You can kind of see it like a little bit clearer. I think it's important, man. I think it was a good movement. It was fun. I'll never put him in the category of being like one of the greatest MCs of all time and all that kind of stuff. I don't think he's like technically great or anything, but he made fun music, and I feel like he defined a time frame.
That's why I say credit, because he's also a catalyst for, getting that stuff, moving forward. I don't like all of it now, but he was, the southern rap into country and all of that.
Yeah,
I liked it.
Made it huge, and even like that region, I think wasn't even that big. Like St. Louis, like there were no rappers from St. Louis. You know what I mean? And it's like when you think of that now, it's like, oh, that's Nelly. You know what I mean? So it's like he did put it kind of on the map rap wise. So like I give him credit for that. But overall, in the grand scheme of things, I'm like edit. You know what I mean? Like it's not exactly my cup of tea, but I still recognize his contribution and how great he was.
Wasn't he the one that did Down Down Beat?
Yes.
Boom boom baby.
Yeah. That I love that song.
I like Ride With Me. If you want to go to Ride With Me, like that joint. That joint's pretty good. I that's probably my favorite song.
And then him doing the country
Hot in Here.
Oh god,
yeah, Hot in Here.
Him even doing the stuff with the two the country artists.
Tim
McGraw was the first one, and then he started doing the stuff with
what was the other one? Oh God, I could see it.
Sugar. All right, so Nelly, like his best thing moving forward country-wise was Tim McGraw.
Yeah.
All in My Head. I remember that song when it came out, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" And I'm like,
love it.
I love it too. Tim McGraw is awesome, and their voices together, that was an amazing song. And then he came out with Florida Georgia Line.
Yeah, that was sort of like their way to kind of collaborate, putting those things together and making that like it's almost like a new genre almost. Like I feel like that's like kind of like what it is.
No, and I liked it.
Yeah,
I liked it.
So credit to Nelly.
Yeah, I'll say edit. I say edit, but it's all good. So all right, next one that I got, paper clips.
Love them.
I love paper.
Credit.
I'm going to say credit too. I'll say
I
credit too.
use them all the time at work.
Credit. Yeah, because people staple shit all the time at work, and it's like, this is not the end. A staple is the end.
Yeah.
When you file, a staple is the end.
Right. These
paper clips is we're moving forward.
Yeah.
We need to clip this together, but
paper clips are like getting engaged, and like staples are like a wedding ring.
Oh my goodness.
My
goodness.
And here's another thing. Another reason why I like paper clips: you can unbend them and do other things with it.
Yes,
like reset modems, routers, all that kind of stuff,
and also pick locks.
You know what I'm saying?
Clean out the stapler.
Yep, you can clean things out.
You can clean out your ear pods.
It's like a whole other tool.
Yeah, there's so many things that you can do with paper clips, but yeah,
it's perfect.
Fucking
you can clip them together, make like a little necklace or whatever.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? Fashion accessories.
They have ones that are like rose gold plated now.
Yeah, different colors and stuff. Plastic. They got the the different colors and all that. Yeah. I like that. All right, credit to that. All right, next one, waffles.
Belgium.
Your pick.
I'm gonna say credit.
I'm gonna say credit because they have those little pockets.
I know.
I
love
filling
the syrup.
Okay.
I love filling
Yes.
each hole with the syrup.
They're crispy pancakes.
Yeah.
Which I love pancakes, but give me the freaking little chambers.
Yeah, that is fun.
I'm gonna go edit because I'm boring. Like,
Oh my god.
because like
He's a
I just
pancake
like a
man.
pancake. Yeah, I just want a pancake.
You
Like,
just like flat shit.
yeah, like a waffle is
You
too
don't like
complicated.
curves?
No, I mean I do, but like
Sorry, I don't have big
it's it's complicated. A waffle's too complicated. There's too many directions going
Oh
on.
my
Like
Oh my gosh.
it's up, it's down, it's left, it's right. Like a pancake is straightforward. It's like put this in your
A
mouth.
waffle you can also cut it right on the line, so it's nice and equal and even.
Yeah,
It's
that I mean
there
that's
for-
true.
oh
That's
my
true.
goodness.
Maybe if I had like a flavored one, maybe I don't know. They make like chocolate chip ones.
Yeah.
Oh, they make so many. They have a
Yes.
all one.
Okay.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right.
That's
that-
interesting.
I
Go to the grocery store and actually look
Yeah.
Right.
at the waffle
I might have to
section.
revisit this. Like I'm gonna say
There's
edit
so
for
many
now,
different-
but I may revisit I'll come back to this one on a future episode after I've eaten like a bunch of waffles, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I love them.
Oh, and the power waffles are protein.
Ah,
Oh
okay.
yeah, so
Okay.
you take one.
Get you going in the morning.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they have flavors to them, so you just toast it in the toaster oven,
Okay.
and yeah, you go, and you don't even need, the syrup and stuff. It's flavored, and you can
Yeah.
just crunch on that
Yeah.
bitch.
I like that.
Also like waffle cones with ice cream.
Okay,
Ooh,
waffle
yeah.
cones.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But yeah, faceted there. They do a couple
There
different
you
things.
go.
Okay, I like that. All right. Okay. All right, next one. Miami, Florida. The city of Miami, Florida.
Mm.
Any thoughts?
I've never been there, so I don't have an opinion on it. So,
Okay. Okay.
sorry.
I say credit. I've been
Lori says
outside of
credit?
it for a cruise and
Okay.
got down into part of the city and then came back up to do the cruise and stuff like that. But shit, yeah, why wouldn't you want to? It's so much fun.
I'll say credit also. Miami. When I think of Miami, I feel like I've never been there. Right. Let me start that off. I've never been there. It makes me think of like the down south bass music. Like I think of
Oh my god.
Uncle Luke, Two Live Crew, all that kind of stuff like that. Like Trina and Trick Daddy,
90s freaking
90s bass music, like
not even bass, but just pop and everything coming up.
Miami.
Because it's all
Welcome to Miami.
Latino.
Well-
There's a lot of Latino influence down there.
Yep.
I'm sorry, but I love it.
Yeah. It just
freaking
seems
love
like
it.
the place to be. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like if you're going on vacation, it's like Miami. You know what I mean? That's the place to go. So
Yeah.
it's always warm. There's no you're never
That's
cold,
nice.
right?
Yeah.
The coldest it gets is what, like 70? Like maybe high 60s or something, like during the dead of winter, maybe like like always warm. Like it just seems like the place to go. So I don't know.
Well.
One day we'll broadcast live from there, the Miami show.
Yeah.
Miami.
All right, next one, cryptocurrency.
I'm
Credit,
gonna start
edit, or
out.
debit?
I'm gonna start out with this
Okay.
edit to debit
Okay.
only
Okay.
because I've had it for a while
Yeah.
and I had it when it was super low and it got super high.
Yeah.
Oh,
Snoop Dogg high? Snoop Dogg high?
Oh my god. I should have got into it earlier than what I did. And yeah, it would have been great but also there's taxes involved.
Yeah.
So
The government got to get their
Yeah.
cut.
when it went kind of high, I did pull some out and yeah, I got fucked on taxes.
Yeah.
So I learned very quickly from that.
Somebody got paid off.
Yeah. So yeah, if you do it right now, I would say no,
Yeah.
because to just do stocks.
Yeah.
Find
yeah.
a good stock. Like crypto is not what it used to be. They were touting this as like this is the new dollar,
The new wave. Yeah.
the new dollar. No, it's not.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not. It's not.
Here's what I think happened. I'll go edit. I think it's a good idea. Like to think of it. Like it's a good idea, right? But it's in practice terrible. I think here's what happened, right? I think they had good ideas like Bitcoin.
Mhm.
Right, Bitcoin was like an amazing idea, and it's still out there, and it's still like you can still kind of make money. It's just so expensive.
It was
And-
not an amazing idea. It was a decent idea.
Yo, but here's the thing, like it's like a centralized money system. You know what I mean? And it's like anyone can get into it anywhere in the world, right? And I like that. That's cool. But I think what happened, what made it terrible is that there's so many copycats of it. There's so many different like crypto coins and stuff now.
Okay,
everyone has their own thing.
Do you know what it takes to make a Bitcoin?
Oh, it's like you have to like mine that stuff like forever. It's like a lot of power and stuff.
Energy.
Right.
It's stupid.
That's why it's expensive. Like it's to own one Bitcoin is like a lot of money. Like it's
stupid. It also takes a lot of energy that we can't afford that.
In theory, I think it's awesome. Like it's a great idea. It's just in practice, it's just terrible. Like because everyone has their own thing now. Like everyone has their own cryptocurrency. It's out there for a little bit and then it flops. It's like, and so you're destroying the value of the original.
And
you know what I mean?
Destroying the earth while you're doing it.
That's true too. Yeah, it takes a lot of energy and a lot of power.
To me, it's stupid. It might be great for people that work in that business to be able to sit there and mine it. But yeah,
I mean, I've heard stories of people buying like way back. I'm talking way back.
No,
right?
I know.
Buying a Tesla off Bitcoin before all the dumb shit. You know what I mean?
There was a point where I invested just a tiny bit and it went crazy high.
Right.
And I was like riding the wave and
the
I
volatility
tried to sell some
is...
shit and the people that got the $1 million. That was like a fluke.
Yeah,
that was 100% a fluke.
The people that were in right off the gate.
I don't think it's ever going to be that high again.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just keeping it there so that eventually once it gets bigger than what I was able to probably sell it for during COVID, which I don't think it's ever going to happen again, but yeah.
I think that most people can hope for anymore is like you put in a little bit, it goes up a little bit, and you pull out, and then you get a couple bucks out of it. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like anymore. At some point,
I'm just going to get the fuck out because it's wasteful.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
There's so many coins now. There's so many like different kinds. It's like it's saturated, man. Everyone has a cryptocurrency. Even this dumbass president, like. Has his own thing. Like it's stupid.
Most of mine is in Doge.
It's crazy. Wait, Amanda, what do you say? Credit it or debit?
I have no opinion on this.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
I do have some in Bitcoin and freaking Ethereum and It's nothing crazy.
Yeah.
It's like I want out because I don't think it's gonna be.
It's not sustainable for the future.
I think we need to get the dollar back.
Right. Yeah,
Let's get the dollar back.
Let's build some confidence in that. All right. Next one that I got, bleach, the cleaner, like the cleaning agent, bleach. What do we think about bleach? Are you using it? Are you not using it?
I haven't used it in a while, but
I don't think we don't use it.
I don't think I've ever. If I have it, I didn't know I was using it.
I would have to say credit because when you need it, you fucking need it. Unless you're like killing somebody or you're bombing your toilet that bad.
Yeah.
You know, like something like. But yeah, I mean, it's great, but just
it seems like it cleans the shit out of stuff.
Just don't ingest it.
Yeah. If you need to clean, like if you murdered someone on your tile and you need to clean that up, you throw some bleach down. It's doing the job. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna put it on my clothing because
no. I'd have like it would just destroy it. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, it's best in
do it on your nice polo shirt.
Hell no, it ain't touching none of that.
You do like
Hell
your
no.
whites.
Maybe.
But who does whites like a full line of whites anymore?
I do.
Oh, really? Oh,
I do. I do.
I don't wear
but I ain't putting bleach in it
anymore.
I'm not putting bleach in it though. Hell no.
Yes, and you're also only doing laundry for yourself. JP does laundry for 4 people.
But
there's more. There's
also
to do.
Guys that do tidy whities, and most people don't do tidy whities anymore.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't worn them since I was single digits, very young, 6, 7, something like that. But bleach. I'll go edit on bleach. Like I don't really use it, but I'm not mad at it though. I think it has its use when you need it. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Okay. All right.
Just don't kill anybody.
Yeah, true.
Right.
Don't drink it. Don't drink it.
Don't drink it. Don't kill anybody.
Unless you deserve to drink
No.
it, then drink it.
Stop it. Stop it.
And don't kill anybody. We're good.
All right, next one, graffiti. In general, graffiti.
I'll say edit.
This
Edit.
can be very open-ended here.
I say
Edit.
edit.
You both say
Yeah.
edit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Amanda, why do you say edit?
It's beautiful.
Yes.
Okay.
Like works of art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then there's others that just shouldn't be there.
Just don't be a dick.
Okay.
Right. Don't be a dick.
I'm gonna go against the grain a little bit here. I'm gonna say credit all day. I love all graffiti. I love it all. I think you can separate it, right? Because there's people that will go out there and paint the side of a building, paint the side of a train,
Right.
a bridge, whatever. Like, and it's masterful, right?
Right.
Look beautiful, right? Like straight artists, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Banksy. Banksy
Yeah.
is amazing.
Yeah, just amazingly beautiful, right? And then there's people that just go up and just kind of tag their name real quick. You know
But
what
see,
I mean?
that's where you're edit.
I like that though.
You do?
I
If
do.
It's on
I
your
like
car,
that. I mean, not on my
on your
car.
house,
Like,
your
don't.
garage.
Yeah, put it on the side of a building though. Like, that's fine with me, man. Even if I owned that business and somebody like spray painted right on the side, I'm cool with that, man. That's fine.
No,
to
but
me,
see, to me, that's my property, and
Yeah.
now some junky ass bitch just freaking tagged something stupid.
I
like,
feel you.
Just even asshole or whatever their name. on
Right.
the side.
Yeah.
We had that. I lived in New York City, and people would do that shit on the side of
Mm.
our garage, and it was stupid. It was like,
Yeah.
this is not your whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
See, I like it though. I think to me, and this is probably me coming from like the whole hip hop thing. Like, I think it's like a sign of the culture, and I think it's like
Then keep your
an
culture
expression of
in your own,
of art.
but not on somebody else's property.
Yeah,
To me, it's,
I mean, I get you.
yeah, like, so you have a house.
I get
and
the
you
argument.
do like so you could say these college kids, a couple of people like start tagging your house with
Well, okay, so on the front of a personal residence, I don't think that's right unless it's your own, right?
but like garages though, people will do that. So you live in the city and you have a garage,
Yeah.
and then people come up to the back of your garage and start.
Depending on what it looked like, I'd have to
Oh
like,
my
you know what I
gosh.
mean? Like, there's a part of me that would be like, if it's like, if it makes sense,
If it looks
I'd be like, okay.
nice,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
if
yeah.
it doesn't and it says dick, if it
Yeah,
says
if it's like
pussy,
dumb
bitch,
stuff, right?
whatever.
But if someone's tagging like their graffiti name or whatever, like they're just putting it up there, like there's graffiti artists that have like names and they
all
put
right.
it, they tag their area. If like it's like, yo, like that's cool with me. Like I'm
Okay.
all right with that. You know what I mean? If somebody's like just putting like dumb stuff on there, like I'd be like, no way. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right.
We're all saying the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But that's what I'm saying. Just put it somewhere that you can put it.
Right.
If somebody else is doing it somewhere else, it's a public spot.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
don't do it on my fucking property.
Yeah, like I don't want something on the front of my house, like like saying something crazy or whatever. You know what I mean? But
Right.
like,
Right.
yeah. So no, okay, all
So
right.
it needs to be in the specific spots.
But like, yo, these works of arts, these people that are going out and like spending like
No,
hours and
that's-
hours and stuff, like I love it. I'm like, do it everywhere, man. Like
No, that's crazy.
I'd actually
I like it.
I would be like, yo, do that on the side of my house.
Did you see the guy on 83 going up north 83? He does the buffalo. I think I
I'm
sent
trying
you
to
that.
think, like where at on?
So you're going up 83
Like, what exit?
towards the Route 30 exit. So it's between
Like 8330, like up that way.
Market Street and 83.
Oh, okay.
So it's the ones with the buffalo.
Oh,
And
I think I know what you mean.
He's from
Yeah, yeah.
Baltimore, and he is an artist.
Yeah,
So that
okay.
one's pretty cool. It's all
Yeah.
buffaloes.
Yeah, see, like I like
Yeah.
that, man. It's like I feel like
Yeah, but
that's-
I think they actually had him.
yeah, it was
do
like a
that.
sanctioned
Yeah.
thing. Yeah,
But yeah, and even if it wasn't, that's pretty cool because it's like a bunch of blank
Yeah.
freaking shit.
Is it,
Whatever.
there are
but-
parts like when I see stuff where it's like very hard to get to, like on an overpass and stuff like that, where it's like people are hanging down just to tag their name on that. I actually like have respect for that. Like I think that's cool. Like a lot of people think like, oh, that's like, that's graffiti. It's terrible. You're defacing property. But I'm like, that took a lot of effort to get there and put your name on something. That's like my name is on there. You know what I mean? Like
That's fine. Yeah, it's to me, it's just the personal shit.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a big difference between like graffitiing someone's garage door
Yeah.
with some
Right.
dumb stuff. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, I get that. I understand that. But yeah.
JP never lived in the city.
No,
that's what we're trying to say.
No, I lived in Philly for like a little bit, so I mean, we've seen this stuff. So it's like I think that like I think the people that know what they're doing don't do dumb stuff. If that makes sense, do you know what I mean? Like the people that like.
But there's also
Yes.
people in smaller cities like here
Yeah,
that do dumb stuff.
Right, but they're not graffiti artists. They're just like young kids, just punk kids doing whatever. Like,
and I get
you know
it.
what I mean?
You want to express yourself, but
Yeah.
not on.
I think the real graffiti heads, they're not doing it where they shouldn't be doing it. If that makes sense.
Right.
All right, so
Yeah, yeah.
edit's a credit, but yeah,
I'm saying
yeah.
credit all day. I'll say credit.
Edit.
And y'all say edit. Okay. All right.
Edit, just don't do my shit, bitch.
All right, next one. Pretty crazy because I feel like we did talk about this earlier tonight. Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam, the band Pearl Jam.
Black.
Yep.
Credit.
Oh, crazy.
Credit
all day.
Double 10 times credit, 100 times credit.
Yeah,
Black.
same.
Yeah, black,
Same.
black.
I'll say credit as well.
Yeah.
First 3 albums, classic. I feel
Ocean.
like.
I love the song Ocean.
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
Jeremy.
Ocean though. Ocean.
Yep, Ocean.
And Black.
Black.
Ocean,
Black is ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
Black is ridiculous. Yep.
Yeah.
Credit all day. Pearl Jam. I did fall off after a certain point though. I feel like I fell off after Vitology, but I think that was more like me growing in the rapidy raps, hippity hop stuff. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
get it.
but yeah, credit to them. I say credit. What do you say? Amanda's like, I do not care.
Right.
What do you say?
I have to say that this list tonight was not my list.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yo, no opinion on Pearl Jam. That's fine.
Dude, Eddie Vedder, I fucking love that guy.
Yeah.
He's a prodigy. Just lyrics.
Yeah.
I
everything.
seriously probably wouldn't know. Like, if I heard their song,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to, like, oh yeah, that's Pearl Jam.
That's all right though.
Yeah,
That's all right.
it's all right.
It wasn't her
It's
thing,
all
so
right.
it's like she,
Yeah.
you know, that's fine. Yeah. Here's another thing I want to point out real quick. Like, so the first album, like we all know how to. Well, we all know. The first album was crazy, right? Like it's ridiculous when you listen to it, right? And they always talk about the sophomore jinx when they come out with the second one.
Mhm.
I remember getting the second album and hearing it, and I was like, holy cow, they did it again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's crazy, and that doesn't happen a lot. Like it's like that Versus album. It's like they did it all over again. What was that one song with the long title? Like the lady with behind a small counter in a small
Oh my
town.
God,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like
Yeah.
I can't remember the whole name of it, but it was like, yo, that song is fire. Like that's a fire
I
song.
still love some of the new shit that they've been putting out.
Yeah.
There's so much. Oh my god.
Better
yeah.
Man is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
Like
But some of the new stuff, like he's going into relationships with his brother, his wife and stuff, and oh my god,
they were that grunge sound like during the time, and it was like nothing else. It was.
But his voice, oh my god, his voice is,
yeah, Pearl Jam definitely. All right, so final one that I got, Will Ferrell.
love him.
Love him. You say credit.
Credit.
To Will Ferrell. Lori says credit.
I like him too.
Amanda says credit.
Yep.
Credit.
Okay.
I know your opinion.
I'll say edit. There's times where I think he's brilliant. I think he's really funny. There's other times where I'm just like, it's like a shtick. Like I just, you know what I mean? I feel like he's trying too hard.
All comedians have a shtick.
Yeah.
But did you ever see the video with him and his daughter Pearl?
Nah, I don't think so.
Oh
Nah.
my gosh. She is like, she opens the door, she's knocking on the door, and he's like, yeah. And she's like, pay me money. And she's like playing his landlord.
Okay.
And she's like, pay me money. And he's like, but I don't have it this week. And she's like, you got to give me money. And it's his daughter. And it's like,
okay.
it's kind of like, wow, you're doing this. And it's like, pay me, bitch. And she literally sits there and says the word bitch. But it's like in kid voice.
Yeah.
Oh my.
But it's so crazy. And I love it.
Yeah.
He you can't get mad at somebody that has such an amazing freaking outlook on comedy and just crazy shit.
Yeah.
Him, Adam Sandler,
Yeah.
they're all in a league of their own.
Yeah, he's
Absolutely.
There are times where I've seen him where I'm just like, yo, this is brilliant. Like that movie, The Other Guys. Like I think he's hilarious in that. Like it's just so perfect. It's so funny.
So yeah, like the Christopher Walken thing with SNL, and it's Need More Cowbell. When he's sitting there and he's doinking the freaking cowbell, and it's like, dunk, 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 and he has this really tight shirt on.
Yeah.
And he even sat there and said, it was like, give me the tightest shirt that you have. And it came up over his belly, and he said Christopher Walken was just like, oh Lord.
Yo, and what was the other joint that he did? Frank the Tank or whatever from was it Old School or whatever?
Step Brothers.
Yeah, Step Brothers is good. Yo,
was
hold on, but Frank the Tank though? Wasn't it Frank the Tank from Old School or whatever? He's like,
oh yeah,
you remember that? Like that
yeah.
was funny, man. That was funny because it was like I feel like he was just kind of being real. You know what I mean? Like it was believable. You know what I mean? But then there's other times where I see him and I'm just like, oh man, it's such a put on. Like
no, but he does have some stuff that is actually like more mature and.
Like a little more serious, I guess.
Reese
like
Witherspoon. It was a recent movie, and that was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was actually like comedy, but kind of sad.
Okay.
And they actually kind of like had like a connection.
Oh, it was like a little bit of a drama type thing. Okay.
Yeah, where they were both like parents, like taking their kids for a wedding. I forget what the movie was. But it was cute. And him and Reese like actually had a connection. And I'm like, oh wow, like he kind of is like that kind of guy that could I don't know. My heart warms for him because it's just he's always been in those movies and I love it. So.
True.
Like him.
I say at it. You guys say credit. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I say credit.
So that is credit, edit, or dead it for this time. Let's clap it up for credit, edit, or dead it. All right, y'all. Welcome to the interview portion here. We got a very, very special guest here tonight. One of York's finest financial advisors, Mr. Colton Kubicki. Clap it up for Colton.
Thank you. It's quite the introduction. I appreciate it.
That's right, man. Yeah, thank you for being here with us tonight. Definitely appreciate it.
Of course.
So we're gonna kick it off. You're a financial advisor. How did you get into that? Like, how did you kind of find your way into that job area?
Yeah, so it's kind of a funny story. It kind of fell in my lap. It's not something I ever thought that I would actually do, but it turns out I'm good at it, and it's like a ton of fun too at the same time. So,
nice.
I went to junior out of college. Originally, I was studying to be an environmental scientist.
Yeah.
Ended up figuring out that I had to take organic chemistry, so I hopped out of that real quick and kind of switched career paths to business management.
Yeah.
Where I took a couple of finance courses and accounting courses, and math and stuff like that really clicked with me. So I ended up finishing my degree in business management, knowing that can open a bunch of different doors. Wasn't exactly sure where I wanted to go with that.
Yeah. So
the first job that I took out of college was a management trainee position at Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't the greatest job. It was something that I kind of wanted to get my foot in the door, get some management experience.
Yeah.
So I was there for about a year when my current boss, Dan Calloway, ended up hitting a deer with his car.
Oh, geez.
And being Enterprise Rent-A-Car, we provided replacement vehicles for people that got in accidents.
Yeah.
And he ended up renting a car. One of my coworkers helped him out. I was helping out another customer, and my boss is really big on customer service.
Oh, yeah.
He knows that people can be coached into different positions. It doesn't matter if they don't have the skill sets now. You can always learn stuff, but you can't really teach good customer service. And one of the things that I didn't know about myself was the only thing that I enjoyed about Enterprise was helping people out. And
okay.
Actually, doing stuff that made people happy. And, a lot of people that came in there were in bad kind of states because they got in accidents and stuff. So whenever I did talk with happy people, like I talked to Dan after that, and he's kind of just going on about how, there's a couple different positions that he's looking to fill with his current company. This was like completely out of nowhere. I wasn't really expecting it. And he randomly said, if you want to meet for a cup of coffee, there's a position that I think you might be interested in.
Oh, wow.
if you want to show up, great. If not, you know what? You can just stay where you're at. And I was like, you know what? I might as well take a shot and talk to this random guy in a coffee shop.
Just see how it goes. Yeah.
See how it goes. He told me the position. It wasn't financial advisor at first because there's a lot of certifications and licenses that you have to go through to actually become an advisor.
Okay.
But the position that he kind of offered me was just for me to kind of be a fly on the wall in his client meetings to see if it was something that I enjoyed.
Yeah.
And it was really just a timing thing. He was moving from one brokerage firm to another, which is Ameriprise Financial now.
Okay.
And it was really just a big timing thing. So it kind of fell in my lap, the position that I'm in.
Yeah.
And I've grown a lot over the last 2.5 years, but that's kind of how it came to be. It's not the most exciting story.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's kind of how I am here today. So
that's cool though. It's interesting because it's like, you know, where life kind of leads you, you know what I mean? You never know like what path it's going to take you down. So,
for sure.
That's awesome. So now you had mentioned like with like certifications and things like that. What kind of training do they have or like certifications are needed to get into financial advising?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So there's a couple different exams that you have to pass in order to do different things in the finance industry. So the Series 7 exam is how you become a general securities representative.
Okay.
It's how you be able to give like investment advice to people. There's a whole bunch of legalities and stuff when it comes to financial advising because people could potentially lose money. You could make a recommendation that can affect someone like in a very serious way. So there's the Series 7 exam that you have to pass, as well as the Series 66 exam, which goes into like securities law. It's more like the law side of things.
So
you have to have both of those. Those took me about 3 months to study about 8 hours a day for.
Oh, wow.
So it was a pretty intense series of exams. And then I also have my insurance license as well. You don't need it to be a financial advisor, but if there's a client of ours that they could use some additional term insurance for, you know, it's a young family, they have a house that's not paid off yet, they might need some insurance, I can do that as well. There was about a month-long course that I had to take for that. So it's 3 certifications that I have right now. There's other designations you can get going forward, but that's kind of the base level.
Oh, okay. That's cool. And that gives you like a good, like well-rounded kind of like approach to things too. Like you have like you know, wear different hats, I guess, like along the way. So yeah, that's cool. So what kind of services do you offer to people? Like if somebody comes into you and they, you know, they want some advice on what they should do, what kind of services do you kind of offer?
Yeah. So we provide a ton of different services, and it's all different for different clients. Everybody has different needs.
Yeah.
The main premise of what we do is we help people build wealth and also manage it.
Okay.
So we work with people that have $5 million. We work with people that have $1,000 and they just want to start getting into saving.
Okay.
Really the position that I'm in is the position of a teacher.
Okay.
So let's just say somebody has a couple old 401ks or they just started a new job. They want to figure out their investment options. There's a lot of questions and things up in the air that people have questions about.
Yeah.
So whether it's retirement, it's planning for college, it's figuring out, what should you select in your 401k? I can't physically tell you that.
Okay.
There's legalities, but I can tell you what I would pick. There's tax planning side of things. I can't give like tax advice, but I can pretty much help you figure out which tool to use in your toolbox for different things. So like if it makes more sense to pull from one account when purchasing a house as opposed to another one.
Yeah. There's
a lot of different laws and rules and ways to access money that we know that, other people knowingly probably shouldn't know just with a general education. And that's what we're here for,
Okay.
It's just like if you go to a personal trainer and you want to figure out a good workout routine.
Yeah.
We're essentially that in the finance space. So if people want to start learning how to save, learn about the effects of, saving a couple $100 extra a year and how that can affect their long-term plan. That's kind of the stuff that I do. Nice.
Yeah. So it's kind of like presenting like different options and kind of things that are available to them and just sort of, giving like a, what would happen if you do these things, like, taking out of this one or that account, like those kind of things.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. And like the name of our firm is Hemisphere Financial Group. My boss, Stan Calloway, kind of named the firm based off of the left and right sides of the brain.
Okay.
So we know scientifically that's not how it is, but like the left side is more so like the logical side, and right brain being like emotional.
Okay.
So people come to us, they're like, can I retire? Can I save for my grandkids to go to college? These are all emotional questions.
Right.
We use logical suggestions to solve the emotional questions. So that's kind of the premise of what we do. Again, it can scatter across all different landscapes.
Oh, okay. Awesome. So what's an average day for you? Like, I know that, and I say that like knowing that, not every day is exactly like another day or whatever, but like what's kind of like as you run through your day, what are like the kind of things you do like throughout the day then?
Yeah. So, I mean, very first thing that I do whenever I get in is check my email. It sounds pretty simple.
Yeah.
But we're really big on customer service. It's not that we're the smartest human beings in the world. That's the reason why we get clients. It's because we have such good customer service. If somebody replies to us, like there's even times now, like if I got an email right now, it's 7:30 or so, I'll reply back to somebody. I actually enjoy doing that. But it also says something to the client too. So the first thing whenever I come into the office is check the email. If I didn't get a notification, didn't see it, I want to make sure I get back to people as soon as possible. On a typical day, I'll have on average between 5 to 10 client appointments. For all of our clients, we have quarterly contacts.
Okay.
So we make sure that we don't go more than 3 months without talking to any of our clients. So we're always staying in the loop with stuff that they have going on, making sure they don't have any questions. The last thing we want to do is think that people are just sitting around, they have questions but don't ask them. And we also know life gets busy. So us checking in helps with that. So about 5 to 10 client appointments. It can range from whether we're just checking in for an annual review to I need to purchase a house. I want to figure out the best way to finance it, or how much should I put down as a down payment? Can I access funds from my retirement account early for a down payment while I wait for my house to settle? There's a lot of different scenarios. It's never the same day-to-day stuff, which is what keeps me so engaged with it. There's a lot of different scenarios, yet similar at the same time, that I deal with.
Right.
And I'm always constantly learning. One of, the things that happens on a day-to-day basis is like, there might be a question that I run into that somebody has a question, and I'll be completely honest. I'm not going to act like I know everything in the world.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be like, I reserve the right to not know the answer to that.
Right.
So let me do some research and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. So besides the client meetings I have and just checking in to make sure everybody else is okay, a lot of my day consists of research. And constantly making myself better and staying up to speed with the news and stuff like that. Yeah,
that's cool. And I think that the customer service approach, like that is so important, I feel like, because people feel like that, that you're invested in them and they trust you and things like that. So that's awesome. That's such a good part of it there. What would you say is what's your favorite part of the job, like throughout the day? It's actually like following up with the people, the customer service part of it?
Yeah, and it's kind of hard to just zone in on one thing. One of my favorite things that I enjoy about my job is teaching people how to spend money.
Okay.
So as much as I'm in the business of helping people build wealth, it's kind of funny because like all the people that have 500,000 plus in retirement that have like built this big nest egg to have, aren't spenders, they're savers.
Okay.
So like you get to the retirement age and you got to like flip the switch. You got to get people used to spending. You don't want people to be, the richest person in the graveyard when they pass away. You want to be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Yeah. Can't take it with you.
Right. And there's stuff that we take into consideration. One of the things is like, to put things into perspective, is your reliance rate.
Okay.
So in terms of how much you can pull from your investment assets without having to worry about running out of money.
Okay.
Usually say it's between like 4 and 5% of your total portfolio. Let's just say you have $1 million.
Yeah.
You want to stick around like a 4 to 5% reliance rate, so you can draw about like $40,000 to $50,000 off of that without worrying.
Okay.
And like these are numbers and stuff that we present to clients to kind of help them feel a little bit more at ease.
Yeah, gives them like a game plan, sort of.
Exactly. So I would say one of my favorite things, besides the customer service aspect of making sure everybody's happy with everything that we're doing.
Yeah.
It's teaching people how to spend money.
Nice.
Enough, so.
Yeah, that's good. What would you say is the most difficult part of it, of your day-to-day job there? What's like the hardest part about it?
Trying to make sure that you provide an answer that makes sense. So there's a lot of stuff that I know there's a lot of fancy language in the finance industry trying to simplify things and makes things make sense to clients. It's not that it's a difficult thing.
Yeah.
It's just I want to be very careful with like the words that I use, because at the end of the day, it's my job to teach people what they're actually doing. There's people that come to us and they're like, you know what, I trust you, do whatever you want. We don't let that fly. We're like, you have to sit down.
Yeah, you got to
listen to what we have. Don't just say trust me. Like, I want to make sure you understand what's happening.
Right.
The absolute most difficult thing I would say with my position is we deal with so many people just from different ages.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the reality of just life is that you lose people.
Okay. Yeah.
We spend a lot of time building relationships with our clients, and we're typically one of the first conversations with beneficiaries of accounts of people that we've built these long-lasting relationships for.
Oh, I see.
Just like out of the last couple of months, we've had a couple people pass away, and then one person announced to us that they have cancer, and it changes the whole game plan. And, you know, so from an emotional standpoint, building these relationships, as anything is in life with other people, it's because we work with so many different people and getting so close to them, losing them is super hard.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. Yeah.
I know it's not job specific, but it's kind of just in general, that's what we deal with a lot.
Yeah, it's kind of like the unknown, like, because, I mean, you know, nobody can kind of plan for those things. So when those things come along, it's like, and it definitely changes, like, what the whole scope of what's going on. So,
and if there's ever something for us to, like, bang the table on for a client, like, we'll make sure we bring it up. Like, one of the first things that we do whenever we bring somebody on to is make sure we have all the beneficiaries set up for an account. You can have the fanciest will and estate plan known to mankind, but if your beneficiaries are different on your accounts, those supersede your will. Yeah. So coming into it, we know that down the road, the day is going to come where these accounts go to somebody else. We really try to emphasize making sure that that's set up the way that you want it initially.
Oh, okay.
For sure.
And there's probably people that, like, along the way, they probably, they might set their beneficiary as one person, and then life happens and things change, and then they forget to change it or something. And it's like, kind of keeping up with that kind of stuff.
Exactly. So that's just kind of one of the things that I can think of off the top of my head. So.
Yeah. All right. So with like financial advising and things, how do you stay up to date with, things that are happening in the financial markets, like from day to day or week to week, month to month? Like, how do you kind of stay abreast of, like, what's happening?
Yeah. Big podcast guy. So,
okay.
Marketplace is one of the podcasts that I listen to a lot, as well as Bloomberg Business.
Okay.
With the field that I'm in, we get a lot of client calls asking us about our takes on either political views. We stay very center of the line here. It's a line that a lot of people have very passionate things on.
Understandably.
So trying to stay up to date with all the podcasts and being able to speak on topics to help bring reassurance to clients, to let them know that, like, listen, we have a lot of noise in the short term right now.
Yeah.
We have tariffs, we have wars. There's all this stuff that people genuinely, should care about.
Right.
And are concerned about, and they want to know how it affects their investments.
Okay. Makes sense.
So staying up to speed with all the podcasts and stuff helps me talk on those topics whenever people call in and need some reassurance there. So in terms of where I get all my information, podcast. So,
yeah. That's cool though. It's a good way to stay, like, kind of up on things, because things are definitely changing rapidly. It feels like sometimes, you know, and there's like a lot of unknown things that kind of happen too. Just look at, like, the last couple of years. It's like COVID and, like, all the things you mentioned, what I mean? Wars, tariffs, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So I'd imagine people are probably pretty, apprehensive, I guess, about, like, what they're doing with their money and where they want to put things.
For sure. And I think one of the things that we always try to emphasize too with all of our clients, like, whenever they come on for, like, their first meeting, we always do the fire drills before the fires. Like, you don't want to do a fire drill in the middle of a fire.
Yeah.
Like, so if we set up your accounts one way where you need money in the short term, but we're having all these political events and, geopolitical events that are happening that are affecting portfolio values, like, we should have planned for that preemptively.
Okay.
So there's just a lot of different things that we have to take into consideration in terms of staying up to speed on everything, because really a lot of stuff affects the markets, and that's the business that I'm in. So kind of steering around that conversation there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know one of the things like I've always heard is like from what I've heard like over the years, like people will say like when they have like investments and things like that, and you have these big events that are happening and things that can cause a lot of disruption to that they'll say like just remain calm, keep your stuff where it is, like that's what I've always heard. Is that true? Is that something that you would kind of like say or can you say, I guess?
Yeah, you have to take the emotion out of investing. This is where we use left brain logical solutions to answer these right brain questions, because it's an emotional question. What should I do in the middle of, let's just say, the housing crisis? Market dropped 40%. Well, if you would have stayed in the market and not emotionally sold off, you would have averaged a 9% rate of return if you were just in the S&P 500.
Oh, okay.
Which S&P 500 is what people refer to as the market.
Yeah.
Think of it as just the largest 500 companies traded on the U.S. stock exchange. If you just wouldn't have touched it whatsoever and just stayed in the market, 9% rate of return, most people sold.
Okay.
I don't want to say most people, but a large majority of people acted emotionally.
Oh, yeah.
Where if you plan for these events, obviously you don't know when they're going to happen. But if you know that you have a project upcoming in the next 2 years, I always say try to look at your money in 5-year blocks.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So we have our retirement funds that we know, depending on how old you are, is at least 10 plus years away. We have our funds in our bank account that we know that we're going to use for rent. We're going to use it for any emergencies. We want to have at least $5,000 to $10,000 worth of emergency cash at all times.
Okay.
That's one thing. Like, we won't even start investing a penny of your money unless you have that safety net.
Oh, okay.
Because that's how we plan for these events. So
right.
What we like to say in these situations, people will call us and tell us the world's burning down. Everything's bad. Everyone's going to die. Well, we've planned. We have emergency cash. We know where we're getting funds at. We don't have to resort to a credit card.
Yeah.
Just ride the wave.
Yeah.
And history has showed that that's the way to go.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel that way while you're in the middle of these events, like the pandemic, the housing crisis, tech bubble, all these things that have a deep emotional connection to.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel that way in the middle of it. But that's why we got to do the fire drills in order to be prepared for those.
And then just ride it out, because it's like those kind of things they don't last forever.
Exactly.
So things I think things sort of have a way of kind of correcting themselves and kind of getting back on track. So
and a lot of what like drives the markets too on like a day-to-day basis is just how investors are feeling.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the people that are acting emotionally are the reason that it fluctuates.
The big ups and downs.
Yeah, where if you just sit in it, just ride the wave. I mean, markets go like this. And, you can't see it on the podcast, but it's like a Charlie Brown's t-shirt.
Up and down, up and down.
So that's just the way it is. And like I said, my main job is just to instill confidence in the people that I work with.
Yeah.
Understand that the companies that we invest in aren't penny stocks. They're well-known companies that we're not worried about going out of business.
Right. Yeah.
Try to avoid single stock risks. So we buy a lot of funds that have multiple stocks inside of them, as opposed to having single stock risk.
Yeah.
The way that I always like to say it too is, singles and doubles win baseball games. Trying to hit home runs makes you strike out a lot. You might hit one every now and then.
Yeah.
But singles and doubles win baseball games.
Try to get people on base. Yep.
Exactly.
That makes sense. Yeah. One of the things, like, it just, by you saying that, it kind of made me think of this. Like, I think like it's important to kind of look at the world around us and like see what are the things I use every day? What are the things that most people are using? What am I purchasing? And it's like kind of like if you use those things a lot in your life, it's like there's probably a good chance you might want to invest in things like that.
Yeah, I really wish Dan, my boss, was here to answer this question, because he answers this question a ton. When was the last time you got the first parking spot at Target?
Yeah, true. It's been a while.
Like you walk in, you're on an S.E. Johnson wax floor. You look up, there's a GE light bulb. You walk over, you buy your Tylenol. You go buy your $9 Starbucks coffee. In the middle of all this stuff going on, there's still people spending.
Yeah.
If you just think about the day-to-day things now, until people stop brushing their teeth, taking showers and all this stuff, where we have a real problem.
Right.
It's not stuff that we're concerned about in the long term.
Okay.
There's two things that can blow up what I do, and it's either biblical times come true, or there's a nuclear war, which bad timing right now.
Yeah.
With everything going on. But,
hopefully not.
Those are the only two things that could destroy everything, where your bottle of water is now more important than the money in your account.
Right. Makes sense.
We always try to put that into perspective as well.
Yeah, true. That makes sense. All right, so switching gears real quick here. We're getting into like I just wanted to touch on some music stuff here real quick. So on this podcast, like we definitely discuss music a lot, and we always go over like different albums and new albums and things like that. So do you find yourself like listening to music and stuff like throughout the day at all, or even going to work? I know you said you listen to podcasts and stuff, but are there times where you get into that, like listening to music and things like that?
Yeah. So I want to preemptively apologize for not giving a great response to this. So like, I am a big podcast guy. That's what I listen to most often.
Yeah.
I find myself resorting to music from when I was younger. It's funny because like all the new stuff I really don't listen to.
Yep.
I find myself kind of getting in a space where like I bring myself back to a point in time in my life by the songs that I listen to.
Yep.
And it's weird because everything that I listen to is either from when I was like, obviously I didn't know these songs when I was a baby, but like time frame wise, like from like a baby to like age 15.
Yeah.
Like Lily and I, my wife, she it feels weird to say I'm 2 weeks into marriage.
right. Congratulations on that as well.
Thank you. So we actually thought it'd be a cool thing for us to start our marriage with a record player.
Oh, okay, cool.
So we just bought one, and we're gonna buy a new album or a new record every month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Green Day and Creed are the first two ones that I've gotten. I want to get an Ocean Alley record going for it. Obviously, not the most conventional type of music, but that's kind of what I like to listen to whenever I do listen to stuff.
Yeah.
I more so listen for the vibe. I know a lot of people listen to like the actual words.
Okay.
I kind of just go with what I'm feeling. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I know I can't give a super in-depth question on this because I'm not like super into music, but that's just kind of, I guess, my answer on that.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Like that's, I feel like that's like a lot of people, like they, it's like it brings you back to those certain times in your life. So yeah, no, that definitely makes sense.
Right.
Do you have a favorite album of all time? Or it could, even if it's not an album, it could be like a group or whoever.
So it's funny. I really like Ocean Alley, and that's as of recently. I just like I forgot what that one song. It's terrible because I'm awful with song names too.
Yeah.
Any artist that gives me a vibe of either I'm sitting on a beach or it's kind of a more mellow toned song that kind of resonates with me. But I would say Ocean Alley right now because I kind of go in ways with music that I listen to.
Okay.
And I think that'll kind of relate to the type of record that I buy in a given month.
Oh, yeah. Sort of like whatever vibe you're on like that month or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I was pretty big into country music for a while, and I'll still listen to it. It depends on what I'm doing.
Okay.
Too. Like if I'm outside fishing, because fishing's a big part of my life, and going outside and golfing, country music is number one on my list. But
it kind of fits that vibe.
Yeah, if I'm in like a morning vibe and like I'm just waking up, maybe Green Day is going to come on.
Okay.
Just kind of slowly wake up to it at the end of the day. But again, not a super in-depth answer to that. But
it's definitely good. Yeah, no, it's good. It's good getting like different perspectives. You know what I mean? Like of all like what kind of things people are into. So
I'd like to hear your perspectives on that too, because somebody that actually is in depth with it and like really likes to talk about that. So what's your favorite album?
I'd say favorite album of all time. And I always think about this as like if they always give you that question, like if you're on a desert island and you can only bring like one thing with you or one album with you or whatever. Like I always go with I think I go with Jay-Z, The Blueprint, like the Blueprint album.
Okay.
I always remember that album. Like I'm a huge Jay-Z fan. I love Jay-Z. I just think he's like the greatest. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I still remember getting that album when it came out. That album actually came out on 9/11.
Oh, wow.
Which is crazy, right?
Wow.
And I mean, obviously everyone knows like 9/11 and the feelings of that day and everything. And I remember waking up to, to all the news and everything. And it was a Tuesday. And that was like new release day back in the day before they changed it to Friday. So I still remember going out on that day. Like I borrowed I was in college. I borrowed like a roommate's car or a friend's car or whatever. And then just like went to the music store and picked it up. And I was just thinking like, wow, like what a crazy day. And it's like, I'm always going to remember going to get that album on that day. Yeah. And even, even the whole 9/11 thing aside, like I think that album is just like fantastic. Like it just plays through from beginning to end. Like you don't have to skip any tracks at all. Just pure perfection, like the whole way through. So it's just, I mean, it's like my favorite artist, my favorite album, and it's like such a memorable day. You know what I mean? So it's like that one just sticks with me so much, like because of that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's probably like my favorite of all time. I'm also one of those dudes that like I'll change the answer sometimes, you know what I mean, depending on the mood, because it's like, you know, you like you were saying, like you get into different things and you know, different moods, different vibes and things. So if I'm in a different mood, I might like want to throw something else on, but I think like if I had to pick one, that'd probably be like the one that I would go with.
Awesome.
So yeah,
yeah, it's a lot more. That's a lot better answer than the one that I gave.
No, you're good. I always feel like everyone has their own, you know, their own take on things and their own, you know, their own things that they're into. So it's cool getting like the different perspectives, like from everyone. You know what I mean? Even if it's like, there's some people that like only kind of use music as just sort of like a background to life, and they're not, you know, they're not super into it. There's other people that are like super into it, but like I might not even know that genre of music. You know what I mean? So it's even cool like hearing somebody like passionate about something that I might not know about, or, you know, so, like, cause you never know. Like, I always feel like these kind of discussions, like, you know, somebody might get put on to, you know, Ocean Alley or something. They might have had no idea, or Green Day, you know what I mean? That people could be like, oh, I used to listen to that. And then like, I haven't picked it up in a while, you know? Right. So yeah, no, it's cool getting like all perspectives.
Yeah. Music's such a cool outlet too. I mean, I know for a lot of people, like it wasn't as much for me, cause I had other outlets like fishing and all this other stuff. It really all depends on the person too. But I think that's the beautiful thing about music is just how it, you know, how people can relate to it if they listen to the words, how people can feel with it if they just listen to kind of like the rhythm and feel of it. So no, I definitely understand.
There's definitely times where like I'll listen for, you know, just the vibe, like you were saying, like it's like just more the music. It's not really like about like what they're saying, or that might not be as important or whatever. But it definitely like plays a role in it. And you know, there's different vibes, there's different moods all the time, and it's constantly changing. So
for sure.
It's like I feel like it's like music is like the language that everyone speaks. So you know. Now this one may be a little tougher, and that's if you don't have an answer, that's fine. But you know, no points taken off or whatever.
I got you.
What is your best memory pertaining to hip hop culture? This could be anything. This could be a song that you remember. It could be an artist that you like, or just something that kind of like, you know, sparks your memory. Like what's your best memory pertaining to the hip hop culture?
It's kind of like a funny memory, I guess.
Yeah.
So I remember the one time we were driving to my grandparents who lived in Delaware at the time, down at the beach.
Yeah.
And I had my first iPod Touch, so I downloaded. You know, I had Jay-Z on there, I had Eminem, I had a couple different artists on there. I had just a couple songs on there, and I fell asleep on the drive. My music was very loud.
Oh, okay.
And I woke up to my mom waking me up, and it's just Not Afraid by Eminem just blaring through my headphones. And at that time, she didn't know that I had that. And obviously, there's swear words in it and stuff too. Yeah. So like that just vividly sticks in my head. I loved that song.
Oh,
Not Afraid by Eminem.
Yep.
I would listen to that on
Classic.
repeat. It would hype me up. So in terms of like a memory that really sticks with me, I just remember waking up to my mom basically just asking what I'm listening to.
Yeah.
And it's just blaring in the middle of the night when we got there. So that's kind of like my one. I can't really think of anything else.
No, that's awesome though. That's cool. It's cool that like it kind of takes you to that place. Like I feel like I have kind of like a similar story to that. I remember when I was super young as well, and I wanted to get the House of Pain album, House of Pain's first album. And on the back of it, they had, they have like the track listing and everything. And one of the songs, it's called "Put On Your Shit Kickers," right? So I remember my parents like seeing the back of that, and they're like, "You're not getting that."
I was like, wait a second.
Like there's no way you're listening to this. You know what I mean? I ended up getting it anyway eventually, but you know what I mean? It's just it is kind of funny like when you're at that age and it's like, you know, you're being exposed to like different things and you know, some of it might not be the best language and things like that. So yeah, no, that's awesome though.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yes.
Yeah, no, I wish I could give more details on that, but in terms of one specific thing that comes up, that's it.
That's good though, because that's a really good song. That's like a classic song right there. So and it definitely like has like that anthem feel to it. So that's a really good one. Yes. So
kind of just question for you quick too. When did you start like really diving into like the musical side of things? Like,
Oh man, I was super young. So I think like growing up, even like single digits. Like I can remember like being like 6, 7, 8, 9, like kind of listening to the radio. I always listened to the radio, and it was always like just like just general stuff. I was like a fan of everything. I was like anything that's on the radio, I like. You know what I mean? All different genres. When I was like probably about, I'd say 9, 10, I think somewhere like right around in there.
Yeah.
I used to hang out with like the bad kids in the neighborhood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and there was always a kid that would like, he would come from, I think he lived in the city or something at the time. And he would bring us like these rap music tapes or whatever. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, what is this? So like from a young age, like 9, 10, 11 years old, I was listening to stuff like Ice-T and Body Count, like Cop Killer.
Yeah,
and I'm I was so young. And it was like, I remember hearing like Ice Cube's the Predator album that came out around the whole like Rodney King era, you know what I mean? LA riots and things like that.
Yeah.
So that was sort of like the soundtrack to everything that was going on then. So I feel like I really got like exposed to like hip hop very young, and I knew that there was like a world outside of York, Pennsylvania. Do you know what I mean? Like I was like, I know what life is here, but there's a whole different experience going on like outside of this,
Yeah.
So it was cool. But ever since then, like ever since like around that time, I was like strictly in love with hip hop. You know what I mean? Rap, hip hop, and I have studied it like crazy since then. You know what I mean? Just obsessively since then. I think I still kind of pay attention to what else is going on in other genres. I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but I'm well versed. You know what I mean? I know who artists are and who bands are and things like that, and I can name like songs and albums and things like that. But I definitely wouldn't say I'm an expert. Maybe like a jack of all trades when it comes to like other genres and stuff. But like hip hop, it's like it's down packed. Like I got it.
Yeah.
So
cool.
yeah, that was sort of like my obsession from a very young age, and it's crazy because like I haven't changed since I was like 10 years old. You know what I mean?
A lot
like
of it just sticks with you.
Yeah, like I'm still that same guy that's like I'm still searching because you had mentioned earlier about like today's music and how it's like a lot of it's like garbage. There's a lot of garbage stuff out there, and I feel like in any genre, you sort of have to kind of dig through to kind of find the gems and in things like that. So that's what I try to do throughout the day.
Right, cool.
So yeah,
that's cool too. And listen, you've been a family friend for a lot, like for a really long time. And honestly, like having this conversation's probably the coolest thing I'll do all month.
No, it was awesome, man. When you said that you wanted to do this and then you were down with doing it, it's like, oh, I knew it was like perfect. You know what I mean? Like, it's good getting people with like good experience and different things that they do and getting their perspective on things. So that's what we're all about here. Just giving the audience like a good view into you and what you do and how it goes. So yeah,
sure. Well, no, I greatly appreciate you letting me come on here and do some talking. So.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, thank you very much, man. We appreciate your time. And that's Colton Kubicki, everybody. How do they get in touch with you if they wanted if people out there wanted to get in touch with you, they wanted to reach out for some financial advising or anything else, like how would they get in touch with you?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd be happy to answer questions for anybody that has a question. We can help anybody. So our office is called Hemisphere Financial Group.
Okay.
We're off St. Charles Way, kind of by the Dunkin' Donuts and Permane Brothers out on the south end.
Yep.
So our office number is 717-916-6161. If you call and just ask to speak with Colton, we can get an appointment on the schedule. But I'd be more than happy to answer any questions if anybody had any. So,
nice. That's awesome. So everybody that needs help out there, hit up my man here. He got you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you very much, man. We appreciate you being on here. Colton Kubicki, everybody.
Right. Thank you very much. You take care.
All right, y'all. We're going to dip into the mailbag here. Let me reach very far down into the depths of the mailbag. It is pretty crazy. So let me I'll make the shuffle sound.
Nice. You like how you said you're going to make this sound.
Yeah, I'm going to make the sound. Yeah, like, right. So I reached down deep into the bag. Here's what I got right here, all right? What concert video on YouTube makes you envious that you weren't present to witness or hear it live? What concert video on YouTube makes you envious that you weren't present to witness or hear it live?
I think any of the Super Bowl
Yes.
concerts, like, because you always want to replay them.
Yep.
Because if you're watching the Super Bowl, you might not get to see those.
Epic.
Yes, I
yeah.
agree. I would that's what came to my mind too, is like a Super Bowl performance.
Yeah, I can think of probably the top 4 or 5 right off the bat. I think some of the best ones would probably be Michael Jackson would probably be insane.
Prince. I watched that one, but I would rewatch that one again and again.
Yes.
But yeah, sometimes
when he was performing it and he's like, oh, let me do Purple Rain, and God is upstairs. He's like, oh, yo, let me help this guy out. I'm just gonna make it rain. Also, and it was perfect timing, divine timing.
Yeah, that was the best. But
we love showing those to the girls, and we watch them all for you.
Yeah. Even more recently, the Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, all that.
That was crazy.
Oh, can you imagine being there and seeing that? Crazy.
Rihanna.
JT,
so
Justin Timberlake. I feel like that'd be a good one. Beyonce would probably be slamming. Just so many good ones there. Here's one that I have, and I think the real hip hop heads I think will probably know this one. There's a performance that Tupac did at the House of Blues, and it's on YouTube, right? That seems like one of the most epic performances ever, because it was Tupac at his prime when he was doing all the hits in the House of Blues, out in LA and stuff.
Oh, you were showing me that video.
Yeah, that just seems otherworldly to me. It's powerful. It's you're there watching Tupac perform at the height of everything, and it's
that's awesome.
I can't imagine being there. It's just got to be crazy.
That also brings up some other things, being our age, maybe. Yeah. YouTube, you can actually bring up concerts that you might not know that you can actually watch. Yeah, so now I'm oh shit.
Yeah.
Let me start looking at this.
Yeah. There's so many things that are captured on video now that you wouldn't think that would have been. Back in the day, they have these big festivals and things like that, and concerts and stuff, and this stuff wasn't taped or whatever. People just went, they listened to the music, they had a great time. But now when you go, it's everyone has their phone out. Everyone, you know what I mean? All these things are documented.
See, I would rather be at a concert, but my issue is none of my friends are in the same music genre that I am in.
Yeah.
So I might need to. No, it's okay.
I don't like concerts.
We got some crossover stuff.
No, I get it.
There's some.
But I would love to see Incubus in concert.
Yeah,
that's one of my main ones. I would love to see them.
Yeah.
So if I need to watch it on YouTube, I guess. But I would rather see it in person than watch it on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's not the same to be.
Here's another one I actually just thought of. Vinny Paz, and it's crazy because you can find it.
Seen him in concert.
That's what I was just gonna say. His last performance when he retired and was done with touring, I saw him live in Philadelphia. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's you can bring it up on YouTube, it's on there, but to be there, it's I feel like it was a part of history. You know what I mean? It's one of the most memorable moments I can ever remember. It's this guy's hanging it up, right? And this is his last show in his hometown. Right? Yeah, just amazing being there. Right. I guess that sort of doesn't answer the question because it's it makes you envious of being there. I was there.
Getting older too, because if you can't see, the people that you would love to see, eventually, now they're all starting to get to where they're we're never gonna do this again, and it's God damn it!
I think of Jay-Z, that's probably my number one concert I'd still want to see. I want to see Jay-Z in concert, and it's the time to do that is there's probably no more chances, or maybe one or two more chances, if that. You know what I mean? I know him and Beyonce just performed over in Paris, I think it was, and it was amazing. From what I heard.
But that type of echelon, you're getting to the point where they're starting to just pick and choose.
Right, and they're doing huge cities. It's hard. I mean, but that would be one I would want to see. You know what I mean?
you mentioned earlier, what about the Woodstocks?
Yeah, so they had the original Woodstock. I feel like that'd be kind of crazy to see. I mean, there's no way that, like, obviously that's not on YouTube. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like even the Woodstock '94 when they redid that out there, like that was a whole event, and that was almost like before the internet. You know what I mean? There's footage of it and stuff, and you can see like people performing and stuff. But yeah, it's just like, I mean, I think back to that. Like you think like they had. Who was out there? I mean, Green Day, I think, was out there. Like, I think they even had early DMX was out there, even.
Well, even, like, when you go back to Live Aid.
Yeah.
That one.
Oh,
yeah.
like with Queen and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
oh, can you imagine being there watching Queen, like, perform? Like, oh, crazy. Like,
that's my evil laugh. Like,
oh
my God.
For me, though, I guess not. I'm not a big concert goer.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't mind watching it on YouTube because, like, the camera's right in his face.
Right.
So you get to really see him.
It's like your front row.
Yeah.
Right, like, front row.
Yeah.
I just wish I was.
Imagine being the person in the way back and he just looks like a little.
Like, here's another one
back in the front of you.
Here's another one that's going on right now. Like the Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang is making as a whole unit. This is the final tour of all of them. Do you know what I mean? Like that's epic right there. That's huge. So like it's like, I mean, they're probably about halfway through the tour now. Like it's almost over. Like it's crazy.
Some of my groups are so like they're past their prime, but I would still love to see their old songs.
Yeah.
So now when they play, like they're at Merriweather Post
Yeah.
Pavilion, like they're at the venues that you can actually walk around and go to the bathroom.
Right.
In our 40s when you're like, oh my God, I have to pee, I have to pee.
They might have an intermission.
Yeah, like you're getting older now, so yeah, but I can't do the whole like prime concert and
no thanks.
hanging out in the line for hours. Oh,
that's
God.
too much.
I think it depends. Like for me, like it depends. Like on
that's
how.
Exactly. Depends. You need Depends.
No, like if they were like, yo, like I need Depends, I'd be rocking Depends. No, it's like if depending on who it is, I might still try to make the trek to go see him. Like if Jay-Z was coming, I'd contemplate spending a lot of money and going very far. You know what I mean? So. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a really good question. Like it opens up a lot of things and you start to think about like who the people you are who the people that you really love listening to and that you want to go see, So
right.
Yeah. Good question.
Shout
out to my man Joe.
Keep him coming.
Yeah, keep him coming, Joe. I love it.
Yes.
All right.
We all do.
And, all right, so we're going to finish it off. We got Let Us Put You On, right? Final segment here. This is where we kind of put you on to some great recommendations, things that we've been, into, things that we have kind of experienced throughout the week, throughout the couple weeks or whatever leading up. We put you on to the best things. So whatever you like, just drop it because our stuff is better, basically.
Our stuff is good. It's okay. Recommend stuff to us too, so we can put you on to other people.
True.
Yes.
We're just all about spreading good knowledge.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyone got good recommendations?
I have one.
All right, Amanda got one.
Unfortunately, it's only for people that have Disney Plus.
Okay, that's fair.
But there is a show on there that is called The Toys That Shaped America.
Oh yeah.
There's a 8 or 9.
No, I think there's like 12 or so. I think there's a good amount of them.
There's a good amount of episodes on there.
Yeah.
And it goes back and shows you like who came up with it, and they're talking some like old toys. Like we just watched the one that Bingo and Scrabble
and Clue. Like
it's like just brings you back to your childhood though. Too.
Right.
But not all of them are older.
Yeah, some of them are like newer. Like it just kind of gives you the history of a lot of toys and games and things like that.
So cool. It was so cool.
Oh, it's just so interesting. Yeah,
absolute nostalgia.
The start of Nintendo. How Nintendo came to be.
Duck
Hunt. Duck Hunt, like Mario Brothers,
Pokemon.
All that stuff. Pokemon, all that. Like, it's a really good show. It is good.
Really is.
No, Disney Plus is awesome because I started watching some of the shows where it was like the original Disney. How Disney made some of their
like behind the scenes stuff.
All of that stuff.
I
love
Disney.
It's actually like if you're sitting there and you have nothing to do, watch that shit.
Right.
Because it actually sits there and puts you back in your feels.
That's true.
100%.
Yeah, Isabel likes watching the National Geographic one.
Yeah, like all the animals and stuff like that.
Stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely good.
But I like the reminiscence ones because it's
awesome.
good.
When they tell you the story of how something came to be, like it's awesome. It's powerful to see that.
Yeah.
I love watching all the the shows that are about Walt Disney.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah, true. It's cool to see
too.
how like just a simple idea, something that you come up with, that could be a huge idea. You know what I mean?
That started with a mouse.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Like it all started with a mouse. It all started with a simple idea, and people take it and they run with it. And that's like how that toy thing is. It's like that.
I know,
a lot of that stuff. Yeah.
And all the behind the scenes of one person becomes hundreds of people that are part of this whole thing. And
they all like contribute to it.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. All right. So I got one. Do you want to go, or Lori? You want me to go?
I'm just gonna do a stupid one.
Okay.
Mine is Spotify.
Yeah.
If you guys don't have it, you can get it for free. You might have ads and stuff like that, but I do my premium. This is how we do the music here, or at least for me. JP does a different platform, but I do Spotify. I love Spotify ever since it came out. Now, if you do premium, you can get audiobooks, you can get podcasts, all of that shit.
Yeah.
I've been starting to listen to audiobooks a little bit more. Yes. They have everything.
True. Every genre.
Right. So, but it's my thing right now. So.
It's cool. I think Spotify is real cool. They do a good job of like kind of presenting all the music and all the genres and everything you can listen to. Like it's on there. The only thing I don't like, one thing I don't like, they do not pay what they should pay.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I do.
That's the only thing I don't like.
They don't have all of the older songs. It depends on what the artists want to sit there and present to the platform and get paid for. But I love it because I can do so many different these playlists, artists, all of that
like
shit.
These huge artists that have like millions and millions and millions of streams on there, obviously they're getting like some money off that. You know what I mean? But like, I feel bad for these, these lower level artists that are kind of like they're doing it and there's people that listen to them, but it's like, you're not like, they're not getting paid what they should, man. Like,
no, but also Spotify also represents a lot of the lower artists.
Yeah.
Because they present them to you depending on the algorithm. And that's the only way that I can find some of the artists that are coming up. And, and I love that because there are artists that I've presented to you guys that it was like, oh, I didn't know that, and
you
it's
can
like
discover new things.
Yeah, it's because of
that
the
is
algorithm.
A good thing. Yeah,
I love that. So
that's a good part of the platform. Like it's very good because like if I like this one thing, I can search for this. It tells me other people I might like. It is a good tool to discover things. So
I'm still learning it.
Yeah,
they have so many discover platforms, and they have a
New
DJ
Music
thing.
Fridays.
Yeah, New Music Fridays, and it will sit there, and part of the algorithm is part of like what you've listened to.
Yeah.
But if you don't see it, search for it because that's the only way you'll get your algorithm.
True. You got to find all the stuff that you like, put it in there, load it up, then it'll start finding stuff that is similar to that you might like. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, definitely. So. All right, so I'm gonna put y'all on. Some the true hip hop heads. I feel like will know this. This is like going back a little bit, but I feel like for people that don't know, you need to be in the know. Gang Starr, right? Gang Starr, the rap group. It is like the pinnacle of rap music to me. DJ Premier is like the greatest producer of all time. Him and Guru together, right? As Gang Starr, it's just some of the most classic music ever. They have like they definitely have. There's a couple albums on there that you got to hear. It's fantastic. Like you can't miss the real hip hop heads. Like I feel like they already know what I'm talking about. Like this is like nothing new.
They do.
Right? But like for the people that may not know, Gang Starr, you got to check it out, man. It's the best beats of all time on there. It's fantastic. It's crazy. Guru has since passed away. It's been a while since he passed away now, but rest in peace, Guru. DJ Premier still alive, still doing it, and we hope that he lives forever. Greatest producer of all time. So
Awesome.
I just want to put you all on to Gangstar. If you're not listening to Gangstar, go listen to it right now. Go download all the albums. Their best album of all time is called Moment of Truth. I feel like that's their best one. It's fantastic.
I'm going there right now.
Moment of Truth is flawless. There's no skips. You can listen to the entire album. Beats for days, rhymes for days. All the best features. Like it's crazy. It's one of the best things I've ever heard in my life. So yeah, that's my recommendation there.
Very nice.
So yeah,
Good
all right.
recommendations.
All right, and that is a wrap on episode 19, y'all. We're going into the 20s next time. Clap it up, y'all. And we will see y'all on the next one. Peace.